Good evening, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing out there this evening? AR, what's the side chat up to, sir?
Hang on a second. Hello, everyone. Good to see you for this little test here we got going. Jason Stewart's here. Glad to have you. Gun-loving grandpa. And K24, good to see you. And MARKSMAN. What's up, Mac? And right now, that's all I see. Oh, Kingpin. CW's here. And Andy. Hey, Andy. CW. Hope you all having a good day.
Howdy, gentlemen. Yeah, Andy 79Z28's in the house.
Hey, Andy. You tell them the ground rules and, or how the show's gonna go.
Yeah, basically what we're gonna do here is Curtis is on with us tonight, and me and him have been talking. He got a MEC marksman press about a week and a half or so before I got mine, and so I started thinking, putting a show together, comparing his presses to my presses by doing a concentricity test. And he sent me 3 bags of brass with three Ziploc bags. Each Ziploc bag has 3 cartridge casings in it. So each one of these bags is a press belonging to Curtis, and I don't know which one they are. So it's like a blind thing. I don't know if this is his rock chucker, or if it's his T7 Redding, or if it's his MEC marksman. So there's no way for us to fix this. This is all going to be done right in front of you guys. We're going to pull each cartridge out of the bag, and we're going to run it on my concentricity gauge, and we're going to then have AR record the numbers, and then we'll set the bag that we did aside, and we'll go on to the next one. And then once we're done with the 3 mystery bags, I've got over here 6 pieces of brass with a 7th back here that would just turned out to be an extra. But basically, I'm going to resize 2, 4, 6 pieces, 2 in each one of my presses, which will be a Lee Classic cast, a Lee Classic 4-hole turret press, and a MEC marksman. And basically, we're going to compare and add the numbers together and divide by 2 and get that constant number for each press, and do the same with Curtis's 3 cartridges. And we're going to see who wins from 1st through 6th place, being at all 6 presses get a roll in this. And also, we're going to have the crowd trying to guess the order of those presses. Which one you think is going to come in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. And anyone getting that exact or closest to it is going to receive a free bottle of Slip 2000 gun lube. So basically, the winners, they're going to need to send their email information and shipping address to arguns1776.com. Is that correct, AR?
arguns1776 at gmail.com.
Yeah, at gmail.com. Mm-hmm. So, and we'll have that in the link. And I'll pin that so that you guys know where to send the email to once we announce who won. But so basically, that's what we're doing. So what we're going to do without any further stalling is we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our announcement. And now what I'm doing now is every time we do a live stream, I'm going to be representing a local gun shop in my area and giving them a free call out and holler out so that we can bring a little bit more business to our local gun shops. These are really our last forms of Second Amendment support in our communities. These guys do us a big favor by serving the community and selling guns and services such as CWP classes, ranges, and stuff. And I'm going to be doing mom and pop size ones to give them a little bit of free publicity. And then I'll be also doing an interview if the owner wants to do one with me, and dropping that as a separate video.
Got
But
some more in the side
basically,
chat too right now. A few more dropped in. So
okay. So basically that explains why I'm doing these little ads, these promos for these mom and pop gun shops, just to help them out, give them some free advertising. Tonight's gun shop is Ted's Firearms and St. Pete Police Supply. He services first responders and the public. He has a range that is a pistol range for pistol calibers, including AR-15s if they are pistol caliber. And I do believe he lets you shoot submunition, the ammunition that fractures, or not submunition. It's what is that called? The ammunition that
frangible.
Frangible. He allows AR-15 use with frangible in his range. But he's an awful nice guy, been in the business quite a few years now, and he's right here in St. Petersburg. And the other FFL he has is St. Pete Police Supply. And basically he serves and services all of the sheriff's department and city police departments in these areas, and basically helps them get anything from uniform equipment to microphones for their radios to anything, to backup pistols, to a full service shop, all the way down to uniforms and body armor. So that's that. And also I'm doing an announcement to small channels. And this week's channel is going to be K24. K24 is a content creator with less than 500 subs. He does a lot of pistol shoots. He's been competing in competitions, and he's been covering those live through a camera he wears on his gear. So I will have a link to his channel dropped in, possibly by K24. Is he in the side chat?
Got a few more added. I don't see him. Got,
K24, if you're in the side chat, drop a link to your channel. And if you can't, then basically send, I'll have AR do it. And AR, can you handle that? Can you get K24's channel to his channel and go in the description box and copy and paste that for me?
Yeah, let me look it up.
Okay.
I hope I can get the right channel.
Yeah, it's the only one, capital K24.
Okay. Hang on. Let's see. Oh, crap.
It's the only one that comes up with guns.
Okay.
And
type the word guns.
Yeah, as part of search.
Let's see. No, it's not coming. I got K24 guns searching. I don't see it. I've got a bunch of car motors, even with the word guns.
Okay, what about K24 competition?
Let's see. Hang on.
Competition shooting. If not, I can put it in later. It's not a big deal. If it doesn't pop up, no big deal. I'll put it in. I should have had it ready anyways, but this is like kind of a new setup.
Let me put company.
All right, I'm opening up here the first bag of brass, and it's labeled number 1. So I have no idea which press this is, whether this is a rock chucker or a Redding T7, or if this is a the T7 turret rock chucker or the MEC Marksman that he owns. So we're going to pull the first piece out here.
I'm searching and searching and still can't get it, brother.
All right, don't worry about it. I'll get it later.
All right.
All right, let's see what we got here as far as some run out. Real quick, Curtis, what die did you use on this brass?
I used the RCBS, the AR series, the black box.
Okay.
The AR series dies.
It looks like it's moving. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, your focus is
Got 19 on. Hang on a minute. I might have to blow the screen up. Hold on.
There you go. Okay.
That was my finger making it jump like that.
Yeah, it's kind of jumping in and out of focus a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
Let me see if I can put this.
Yeah,
like
see if
this
that helps.
behind it.
Yeah, I can see it better now. Okay. Let's see. Okay, right. In between the jumps, I'd say a thousandth over, but run out. But it's kind of jumping.
Yeah.
I'm seeing.
It's kind of hard for me to nail it down and be fair about it.
Hold on.
Let's see, go real
Let me
slow.
get my magnifiers.
Yeah.
Set this stuff down. Hold on.
If you can get it right on one of the marks, and then just kind of at a starting point, and then.
Okay.
I'm getting a little bit of a shadow there or something, so it's
kind of hard to even read it now. I can barely see the needle. See, there it goes, a big jump, so I can't. Let's see. Keeps wanting to jump.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so yeah, right now it's 0, basically almost 0. But there for a little bit when you were turning it. Let's see. Gotta see, there goes a big jump. I can't honestly call it on it. It's getting dark now. I can barely see the needle. It's kind of a shadow on it. I think it may be your head or your shoulder.
Yeah, it's kind of in a shadow there a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, at times when you roll it, it's basically almost like 0, and then it'll do a jump.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's like you're going from almost 0 to like 2,000.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, I had to take my thing off and put my magnifiers on. That looks like that's about 2.5 thousandths to me.
Okay, maybe
what does the side chat say to that? Do they think that looks like about 2.5 thousandths? Let me see if I've got another box I can stick up behind
Andy Z
this
says
thing.
2 thousandths. What is he measuring? Size brass, G Webs.
The concentricity of the necks of this brass that has been run through a mystery press from my friend Curtis that's online with us tonight. G, what we're doing is he sent me 3 bags of mystery brass. Each one's just got a number in it. And I am running the concentricity on each piece of brass, and then we're going to add them together, divide by 3, get an average, and then we'll take that number and attach it to the number 3 and we'll do the same with number 1 and number 2. And then I'm going to resize my brass through my 3 presses, and we're going to do the same thing. And then we're going to figure out where they fall in line from 1 to 6. And then basically anyone in the side chat that gets it correct in guessing the who's first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth, or closest to it, is going to win some Slip 2000 gun oil. And basically, that's what we're doing.
I'd like to see that brass run back through again in there.
What, the one we just did?
Yeah.
All right.
With a little bit better view.
Yeah, let me see if I can bring this closer. Does that helping?
Yeah.
It's a little out of focus, a little dark.
It's out of focus. Okay, there I can see it.
That's a little better.
A little better. All right. It looks like about a 2000s.
Yeah, I'd say it's real close to the 2000s. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you got to realize too, brass necks, even brand new brass, you will measure it, and one side can be a thousandth thicker than the other side.
Yeah.
So we have to kind of allow for
that's
that.
why we're doing an average.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing the average.
Now, if we turn the necks, we would have a very accurate probably situation thing there. But I don't have a neck turner. I'm gonna get one like Max got.
Okay, so you gave me 4 pieces of brass in each one of these.
Correct.
Okay, so that, all right. So that explains it. Okay, so we're gonna write down 4, and we're gonna average 4.
Okay, you want me what number bag and who?
So yeah, this is bag number 1, and the first number is 2000s.
Okay.
This will be number 2.
Okay. And that's bag number 2 out of bag 1.
Yep,
okay.
Number 2 out of bag 1.
Okay, I don't know what press it was on, so I'm just going to hold on a minute.
Yeah, just use numbers.
Yeah, I am. Hang on. I am.
Thank you. My wife just brought me a cappuccino. You gotta love a woman that orders you Starbucks.
Okay. He's got what, 3 pieces of brass per bag?
4.
Okay, 4. Okay. All right, I got it. Ready for the next. Here you are.
All right.
Just whenever.
I'm just trying to get this sticker off my. Anybody that's ever taken the stickers off of a Starbucks coffee cup is, Oh,
we got a good view there.
There, yeah, that's good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good, great. All right, here we go.
Let's see.
You want me to blow up the whole screen? Would that make it a little easier?
It might, yeah.
Yeah.
Try it and see. I've already got mine blown up, too. There you go.
There we go.
All right. Sorry about
Fantastic.
that. I'll even redo the first piece that I did, too, so you guys get a better look.
Yes. Let's see. Okay, 1,000. Okay. That's that first piece, isn't it?
No, this is the second one.
Okay. There's 0 to 1, 2. That's about a 3,000 to me, but
yeah,
that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too.
Yeah, I would agree.
Going back and forth. Okay. All right. There's that's the second piece. Now this is the first piece that we shot that we measured.
Okay. Yeah, that's
so
what
we're gonna
relook at it, right?
Yeah, so that everybody gets a view. This is the first piece out of the first bag.
Why did it go out of focus for? It was clear as a bell. Oh boy. Let's see. I can't hardly see the gauge again.
Yeah, can you refocus it for us? It was really good there for a minute.
There you go. Perfect.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
okay.
Perfect.
Okay, 1, 2, 10. There. It's about 1.5 thou is what I'm seeing. But
Okay.
on average, I'm seeing that more than that. It looks like it's trying to swing, but there you go. 1, 2.5, back to that 1. I would say a 2.5 thou, but that's
2.5.
I would say so. What do you think?
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay.
All right, so write down 1 bit for out of bag 1, first cartridge, 2.5 thousandths. So now we're going on to bag 1, number 3.
So we have what, 2 thousandths and a 2.5.
Got 1 2.5 thou, one cartridge out of 3 thousandths net run out.
Okay.
Let's see. This is the third one, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
let me watch. Okay. Right there, right there. Oh, there's a big swing again.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's chattering over the neck at times.
That's right there. In my
Okay,
opinion,
2.5
is
thou. I say 2.5 thou. What little I can tell there.
Can you see the gauge?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's a thou. Well, that's a big swing, so we can't use that one.
Yeah, use the full swing, however many thousandths
Okay.
that is.
Well, what I'm doing
reading it.
is whatever I read the longest is what I'm recording. Like if I see it swing, I discount that and I wait till you get a good reading and I take that fine reading.
We're
Well,
out.
see when I bring this up like this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, from wherever that starts.
Put it on. Can you zero it without messing the view up?
Yeah.
Okay, wherever you want to start, always zero it for us. Well, other way.
Other way. Tell me when I'm there.
Keep turning. Keep turning. Keep turning. Keep turning.
Jesus,
Right there. Whoa. Yeah, okay. Just a hair to the right. There you go.
There we go.
We good?
Yep.
Yeah. Let me do it. Let me look at it again.
All right.
Okay.
I should have been doing that from the get-go.
2.5 thou. See right there. Went
2.5.
From 2.5 thou right there from 0. See, that's what I did because the swings, I'm not counting those big swings. I think those big swings are wrong. But let's see.
We're getting like 3 thousandths.
Yeah, that's you count it from 0 all the way to the furthest point. AR. You don't just try to. Yeah, it's got to be the full throw to get the right number. So if it's 3 thousandths, it's 3 thousandths. And I'm guessing that if you pull out your expander ball assembly and you use a expander mandrel, that's 3 thousandths.
To me, using that instrument, my swings were always because of my fingers. When I use
no, because I can start and stop it and roll it back and forth and duplicate it.
So we're going to call that 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can hold this thing precise and get it to duplicate exactly the same maneuver. As long as you don't see like any jerk, like any quick bump or anything like that, that's from your fingers. But if it swings from one end to the other, that's run out. No, that's not.
That was more, that's what I'm saying. That was more like a jump.
This has maybe the brass has got some bump on it. What is the reading, AR? Or did we even zero it?
No, there we go. 0.
Is it 0 now?
A little more
to the left. Right there. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
I wish I had 21st century. Let's see.
Yeah, I wish I had that kind of money.
Yeah.
All right. How far is that from 0 to the right?
3,000.
3,000.
Yeah, see, that's pretty consistent. So that's either the press or the die. And the only way to figure it out is when you figure out what it is, take the expander ball out and then send me another piece of brass with that out, and I can tell you if it's your press.
Well, those that you're measuring right now there was no expander ball in there.
Oh, they're not.
You
did not.
What number on that? 3,000?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the press. That's the press itself.
Yes, yes. All of these were run through the presses without the expander ball in it.
Okay, great. That's going to let us know. So there was the 4 for bag 1, and we don't know what press that was, but that press is consistently throwing 3,000ths run out, 2.5 to 3,000ths run out.
Or the brass is.
Yeah, the brass is, or the press. But if it was brass, not all 4 pieces would do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You've got actually something going on with the press, if or the die itself, or maybe even the die itself.
Do you gentlemen want to know what brass this is?
No, not yet. We got people that are guessing still.
Was the die squared, Curtis?
Well, I was just talking about the brand of the brass.
Okay.
What brand brass are we using here, Curtis?
It's Hornady. Hornady, yeah. It's out of a box of Hornady American Whitetail.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's good heavy brass. It's dense because for 4 pieces of brass, it's got a nice hefty feel to it. So it's not a cheap brass. This feels like decent brass. I mean, it's not like tin, where they put a bunch of tin in the brass. All right, this is bag 2. This is cartridge 1.
Curtis? Did you square your die when you tightened the lock ring?
Yes.
Okay. So okay. That's
okay.
important.
So this is AR. This is first cartridge out of bag number 2.
Okay.
Let's see what this one's gonna do.
Okay. All right. Is it 1.5?
Hold on here.
Let's see.
All right. Where are we going? Let's 0 this thing.
I've got to focus again on it. There we go.
I'm just trying to get her to 0. Is that 0 right there?
No. There it is.
That isn't?
That is.
That is?
Close enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Looks good.
All right. So let's start watching.
1,000th back to 0. 1,000th, almost 2. Back the other way. Oh Lord.
It's really jumping out of focus there a little bit.
Yeah. Blurry now. There it is. Okay. I'm seeing about 3,000.
Okay, and this is the same die, right?
All the same.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
I wanted it to be as consistent as possible.
Right.
So I ran. Yeah. It's all the same. All the same out of the same brass box of brass, and it's the same die.
Okay, this is bag 2, cartridge number 2, out of bag 2. So here's the second one, AR.
Okay.
What do we got as far as a camera view for you?
So on that one there was what, 3,000? We're gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay, got it wrote down. All right.
And then what is, can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay,
There you go.
good.
There we go.
All right, perfect.
Close enough
We'll
for government work.
How far did that just creep? Because that just looked like it moved a lot to me.
It was a little over 2,000s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to call it what, 2.5, or just is
Keep
how
turning.
far past 2000s
Keep
was
turning.
it?
Let's see. See, at times it's only reading like 1,000, then it also swing, and it's
right there. It's a 1,000, half a thousandths under, and then it's going to about 2,000ths over.
Mm-hmm. Get 2,000ths now, down to 0. Up again to 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, right, Curtis? What are you seeing?
Yeah.
It's
like
1, 2. Occasionally, it does tend to wander over that left side of the 0,
Yeah.
but most of the time it don't. Apparently, that's why I suspect it's probably some of the areas the brass thousandths off is what I suspect. But
Yeah, but we're calling it as it says.
I know.
Because I've got a sneaky suspicion already.
Well, I would call it at least 2. You call it 2.5, maybe.
Well, let's be fair.
I would say about 2,000.
Okay, let's call this one 2. Huh?
But it's going to 2 to 3, but stays at 2 more. But see, that's you said.
Yeah, but if it goes to 3, that it doesn't matter. That means we need an exact.
Well, I mean, for a long period, though, is what I'm saying. When you're turning, it stays right in that small area.
Yeah, but I can go right back to it and make it bounce back past. So we need the full range of motion.
I wish that brass was marked, where you know when you do a 360 turn.
It doesn't matter. The gauge is going to tell you how far it leans one way or the other. So you add both sides up, left of the 0 and right of the 0.
Yeah, I'd say 2.5.
Okay, we're going to call this 2.5 then. That way, this is number 2 that was out of bag 2. Now this is number 3 out of bag 2. I feel like I should be making sandwiches out of all these little sandwich bags. All righty, here. Let's see if my blind ass can get 0. All right. Well, no. How's that look, gentlemen?
Yep, good enough.
All right.
2, 7, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2.
Yeah, it's going as high as 3.
Yep.
Okay. So that's 3 for 3. It's number 3, and it went 3. Here's number 4. Here's the 4th case out of that. Second, the number 2 bag. This is the 4th case.
Okay.
I'm trying as hard as hell to see that 0.
There you go. You got it.
Am I on it? Okay.
Yeah. Good enough.
2,000ths.
2.
2.
2.5. It was 2.5 there for a second.
0.
I'll go slow this time and let it so you can see.
2. Swing back to 0 again, or 1,000th. Swing back to 2,000ths. Almost went to 3 then.
Yep.
Yeah, I can bring it back to that 3 almost.
2, 3.
Yeah, I'd call it 3. It was just kissing 3.
Okay. All right. So that's bag 2 done.
Okay. Lakeview says, I'll shoot 2,000 or 3,000 all day long. I will too, Lakeview.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's not anything to me, though,
Well,
for precision rifle. I like to have 2,000s or less, and usually with neck sizing with a Lee Collet die, or even just bumping the shoulder a couple thousandths with the Mighty Armory Wayne's die. It only knocks it a half a thousand to 1,000.
You said you
Depending
also
on the
have to
piece of
consider,
brass.
here's Lakeview's comment. You also have to consider if it's only one time fired brass, it has more spring back than if it's been twice fired and annealed. Yeah, that's a lot of scenarios there. Different.
It is once fired.
Okay.
Yeah, this is once fired. This was annealed because this is factory bought ammunition. Just like my brass. My brass is federal premium, fired once time, not reloaded, and I just popped the primers out like he did.
Says, tell that fellow to move his head.
Move my hand? I'm
Those
sorry,
are,
Joe.
Your head, he said earlier. Now I'm just trying to.
Was my head in the way? I'm sorry.
I didn't see nothing.
I got a big fat head, dude. Don't worry about it.
Those were all fired out of the same rifle, too, by the way.
We got some people in here that usually not in here at times. So.
That's because everybody. This intrigued me. I mean, this is not a scientific study. I'm going to let you guys know. I'm not trying to tell everybody this is God's word here. This is just a comparison of brass shot through a commonly owned and purchased rifle. This is once fired Hornady whitetail hunter, I believe.
Yeah, American whitetail, yes.
Oh, okay, it's called American whitetail. Most of you guys that hunt are familiar with that line of ammunition. It's fairly new. My brass is federal premium, and that's not gold. I didn't go for my gold medal match brass or Starline or anything, or a Norma or a
Can you show them your premium box? You got it?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, let's put it back there. That might help. We're talking premium. Some of these guys don't know some of them may not know what the premium is.
Can you see that good?
Raise that up. That's good. Keep raising it. Back it up where we can see the whole box. No, I mean, take it further away from the camera. Okay, gold medal. Okay, that's just federal gold medal. Okay, I see it. Okay. Was that a step down from gold medal match?
Yeah, this is just like what I bought off the shelf about a year ago. Maybe
also make
2 years ago.
Federal premium match.
Yeah, this has got a Sierra bullet in it, I believe.
Okay. All right.
But the whole thing is it's not like a $40 box of ammo. I think this was $28 or $32. So, but this isn't the brass we're testing right now. The brass we're testing right now is Hornady Whitetail Hunter and 308 Winchester. And this has been resized with a RCBS.
I never thought I would do it, but I'm going to order the 21st Century neck turner. I'm going to order it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I ordinarily wouldn't think about doing that kind of stuff, but if I'm going to really measure some stuff out, I'm going to turn it like MACman does. Definitely.
I'm seeing as much as a little over 3,000s on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would you say? 3.5, 3 1/4?
3 1/4.
Okay. We'll call this one 3 1/4. And yeah, Elliot, those
That's the third bag.
Yeah, this is number 1 out of the third bag 3. Bag 3, number 1, and this will be number 2. Yeah, Elliot, that 21st century concentricity gauge is very nice, but other than the wheel, there's no real difference. And you know, I can get the same measurement off of this as you can off that.
I meant the neck turning device to actually turn the brass down, like to say.
Oh yeah, that's super nice.
Yeah, if it's
that's super nice.
Yeah, take 1,000 or 2 off of it.
Dude, I think it does at 10,000ths. I think it doesn't do it in thousandths. I think it actually does each click on the cutter does 10,000ths on the neck. Yeah.
No, McMahon said he cut about 2 thou off the neck. He told that night.
That's quite a bit. I never cut that much.
His neck was thickness of about 12, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
he said all his read 12. 12,000.
Yeah, 12's good.
Yeah.
But I only cut the high spots off.
Yeah,
I
a lot
want
of
as
people
much.
do.
Yeah, I want it as thick as possible. Because the thicker that neck is, the less chance it's going to split, and the longer it's going to last.
I would cut only high spots too. I agree.
Okay, we pretty dead nut zero there, gentlemen.
Keep going a little more there.
All right.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
Was it better with this behind it?
We can see it now.
It's good right now. You could probably push that needle over just a hair a bit more. There, there you go.
Okay.
All right.
Could be the camera angle too, throwing it back slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, video does that way. So now see there, yeah, okay. Yeah. That's good.
How many you got there?
Two, almost, it was like 2 3/4 there.
Oh.
All right, let's roll it back and we'll check.
And
that's
zero.
The farthest spot right there's the farthest spot.
1,000, 2,000, 3, almost 3,000ths.
Yeah.
Almost 3. Let's see if it goes right as 0 and we can add that.
We're starting to get very
there's 0
subject when we start saying a quarter or a 2.5.
Yeah. So what do we got? 2 3/4, 3. What do we got?
I say 3.
Okay, we'll call that one here. I can pull it back.
What do you say, Curtis? Let him make this his brass.
Whoever can see it the best. I think
that. Keep going.
Let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, I'd say about.
Yeah, it's just under 3.
Yeah, so just under 3 is what I see. I agree.
Yeah, just like, I mean, it's like kissing 3.
So we just say just 3.
I'd call it 3. I mean,
for averaging, I wouldn't get into this little quarter and a third. Or,
I hear you. Yeah,
but it gets a little too, and even that gets kind of subjective when you start doing that. But yeah,
I'm glad I sent them to you in those bags that kept them good and fresh.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send these back to you, brother. I'm gonna load you up some ammunition.
Oh.
Put you some Varget to use. The everlasting cartridge.
Let's see what people are saying. Let's see. Gunpowder sandwiches, anyone? I'll shoot 2 or 3,000. Oh, yeah, I read that. How does Lake City compare? We don't know. We're not doing Lake City right now, Uncle John.
All right, here I go.
Actually, I got some Lake City, 223, and I'm only running a thou to half a thou over and 0, even on range brass.
Yeah, what is this? Are you looking at this though?
Yeah.
This doesn't look like it's moving very much.
It's like you're getting about a thou, between a thou and a thou and a half.
About a thou.
You're as much as 1,000ths over and about almost a half under. Go ahead and keep rolling her there. Yeah, about half. half under or
So-
one over.
Okay, so 1.5
Yeah.
thousandths.
Yeah, I'd call it
1500s.
1.5. Yeah, I'd call it 1.5.
All right, and now we're going for the last piece of brass in bag 3, AR.
We have 17 on. Appreciate you all dropping by.
Yeah, thanks you all. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for coming by the Echoes little reloading chamber here tonight. We're doing some redneck science, more or less.
He's pulling out the whips and chains, guys, in the chamber.
Listen to,
We got to laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
Chamber.
I'm gonna put you in the timeout corner. All right, AR, am I zeroed there, brother, or what? Hey, Curtis, can you guys see that? You guys got
let me blow it up again.
Yeah, you're a little fuzzy there, so it looks like you're right on there. It's just the focus is out again.
Yeah, I can't see it clear.
Wish I could get back behind there better so I could be
Your
like
thumb's
this.
frozen. What's going on with that?
What's frozen?
Your thumb. Your video's freezing.
Now,
oh no, I'm not moving.
Your focus is pretty good now.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's good. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
So hold on. I know what I need to do now. I need to make
really
a little.
Good.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm making a little backboard.
Jack it up. Jack it up.
I'm gonna put this thing up in the air. We're putting some Mickey Thompsons on it.
That'll work good.
Does that work, or am I not high enough yet?
That's better.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
just
here we go.
Run your dial over to 0 about 2,000.
Okay. There she blows. Good. No. Yes. Okay. All right. You guys started watching.
1.5.
1.5. 2.
1,000. Almost 0. Almost 1 thou under now.
Yeah, you're 1 thou under.
And 2 thou over.
2 thou. 2.
Let's call it 3. It's a 3 from one side to the other.
Yeah.
I agree.
I call that a 3 as well, gentlemen. Okay. And that is the last one out of bag 3.
Okay. Let's see if there's any questions in the side chat.
Yeah, check AR and see if anybody's asking me any questions, because I'm blind as a bat. Setting this is the bag 3, the 4 cartridges.
No new questions. Appreciate you guys
hanging in there.
This video out. Yeah, and hanging in there.
Yeah, because I know I can be slower than paint on a wet day.
Oh, we got Jeff MOA in here. I hadn't seen him in a long time. What you been up to?
Okay, there's 3.
HIPAA's here, late to the court. Uncle John, Jim. Uncle Jim's here, yeah. They call these things.
Okay, hey, Uncle Jim. What's going on, brother?
He is a needle mover, isn't he?
Hey, is that all 3 bags, AR?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
now we're gonna reload. Now we're gonna test the my brass, which is this Federal Premium.
He's got a question. Is concentricity a factor of brass or the dyes? I say both, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, it can actually be a problem with dyes, press, and brass. That's why what we tried to do is eliminate as many factors as possible. We should be using the same batch brass fired out of the same rifle to be scientifically, more legit. But basically, this is just a comparison. We're seeing, and what I'm seeing though, over all 3 bags of that brass is a constant run out of about 3 thousandths.
And
which is telling me that either that brass all 12 pieces had jacked up necks on them, or there's a die problem, because the only thing consistent in all 3 bags is the brass and the die that was used.
When we see things like a quarter sometimes, or 1.5 thou, we know by turning neck brass that it has high and low spots. We know that for a fact, right? Do we agree on that?
Yes.
So there could be a little bit variables there, you guys.
Yes, but that is usually about 1/2 thousandth.
Right.
You know, you usually don't have problems that that vary 3/1000th of an inch like that. That would be considered a little extreme. We're gonna what we're gonna do now is we're coming over here to my Lee classic cast press, and
in other words, brass is not made perfect even out of the factory.
Yeah, there's no such thing. Even with Lapua.
Wait, hold on. Is Curtis still with us?
I am.
Yes, he is. He's just listening. I keep checking to make sure everything's going on okay.
Okay. Oh, I'm forgetting I'm on the wrong side. I can't tell if he's down there at the bottom of the video. When you do these both, you do it one day, I do it the next day. The screens are different. Goes back and forth.
Yeah, it's kind of okay. Here are the first 2 pieces.
Okay, blow it up.
And
basically, Uncle Jim says, okay, so press and dies now. Well, yeah, I wouldn't go so far to say press, but.
Well, we're just going to take a gander and see what mine are capable of doing. And basically what he did is he didn't use a decapping assembly. So I'm not either. I'm going to make sure this is one of Wayne Mighty Armory's dies. So this is a higher price dollar die. But I couldn't find my Lee. I have a Lee 308 die, and I was going to use it because it does just as good, believe it or not.
Curtis, and this was done on 3 different presses, correct?
Yes, each one of those bags was a different press.
What I find odd about it is that 3 presses should not be out 0.003 of an inch. I mean, it ain't the press.
Yeah, like I told you earlier, I'm way newer to this than you guys. That's what's been going through my mind, sitting here and kind of scratching my head, going, okay.
Did you use the same sizing die, correct, on all 3 presses?
Same die. Yep, same die, same. Yeah,
right.
The same batch of the brass all came out of the same box, fired through the same gun.
Gotcha.
It's as consistent as I could make it.
I wish we had another die, or it'd be great if you had another die to compare it to, maybe on the next test if you want to make another one down the road.
I actually do have another set of 308 dies.
Oh yeah, that's what we need to do.
Maybe a project for the future. Next.
Continue. We do another one of these. I'll send you this brass back, and what I'll do is I'll resize it and get it perfect. The stuff that over there, and you just make the neck straight. I'll straighten the necks for you and use a mandrel, and it'll give you less than 1/2 thousandth run out. Usually. Let's see here. Is that too much light?
Because occasionally in reloading, you would just get a die that's absolutely not honed out exactly correct every time. In manufacturing, it's just a nature of manufacturing.
That's what I suspect. When did you get these dies for 308 from RCBS?
I've had them around for a couple of years, but this is really the first time I used these particular ones.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do now is can you see good there? It's not blinding. It's the camera. Can you see the brass in there pretty good?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to run it up in here. Now this is the first piece of brass. So this thing hopefully will go up in here nice and
Now what are you doing now? What die are you using?
I'm using the Mighty Armory 308 Winchester full-length sizing die.
Okay.
And I'm using it. I took its expander assembly out,
Right.
like Curtis did.
Okay.
And that was the you got to be careful on the first piece of brass you run up in these, because I blew this out with denatured alcohol, and it was bone dry in there. So now it just got a little bit of lubricant in there. The next piece will go a little easier.
I'm looking forward to see how that Mighty Armory die sizes the neck.
Oh yeah. I'm kind of curious as well. I don't think I've ever run this gate. I've never run this die on. Let's see, what is this? Oh, the blind man. All right, let me grab these other two. Let me see. What did I do with that other piece of brass? I stuck it over here somewhere. All right, let me see. I think this is the one I resized. Is this one?
You gonna take Curtis's and size them through that die to see if you get a change in?
Yeah.
Like you do yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can straighten them, and if they don't straighten, then maybe the brass was all messed up. I don't know, but I couldn't imagine Hornady having an entire box of brass that was that far out factory.
We'll find out though shortly, soon.
Yeah.
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 If that
the truth is the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Here's number 2.
You got to remember, thousandths of an inch is what? Thickness of a human hair?
Yeah, you guys got to think that. What is it? 3/1000ths of an inch is a thin business card.
I was thinking notebook paper, but
maybe it's notebook paper. I can't remember.
Let me look here. The printer paper. Let's see.
Yeah, it might be 14/1000ths. I always get that confused. And I think I see that came out a lot smoother.
I got 20-pound stock printer paper. Is 0.004 of an inch thick.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. So you're talking about less than a piece of paper.
That's 20-pound
run
paper.
Out. But what everybody says is more than 0.002 of an inch can cause accuracy problems at long range.
Right.
And now it's extreme ranges. You're never going to see this. If you're firing 50 to 100 yards, you're never going to see a huge difference with a 1,000th or 2, because most dies, their decapping assembly will give you 1,000th to 2,000ths run out. And that's usually where any of your run out comes from in your neck, is from the decapping assembly. And if it doesn't, and if you don't see a major improvement, then it's either the press or the die. So then you move the die to another press and keep doing it, and like we're doing. Okay, so I got these wiped down, and we're going back over here. Or actually, we're gonna stay right. No, we're not. We're gonna do this one at a time. That way, no one thinks I'm pulling a fast one. No funny business here, mister. That's what the fat lady told me at the lunchroom. No funny business.
I used to measure contact lenses with a digiometer like that, digitometer. I used to do hundreds of thousands a week measuring center thickness on contact lenses.
Okay, can you see that, Elliot?
They are.
Get closer.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. There you go.
There we go.
All right. Here are the 2 cartridges I just resized through my Lee Classic Cast single stage. It's an O-frame press. I paid about $140 for it, and brand new. Okay. Now we got to find 0 here.
That's your brass, correct?
This is my brass.
Right.
This is out of the Lee Classic Cast.
So
with
zero,
the Mighty
zero,
Armory die.
zero,
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 zero.
1 2,000ths of an inch. 0. Yours look like it to me. It's about 2 thou.
Yeah, I would agree. 2,000.
Okay.
Okay, that's that one. Here's the second piece. And it dropped right back on 0. So
Yeah.
that's telling me that that die is sizing this thing damn near perfect, because it's dropping it right back to almost
1
where it is.
thou, almost 2. Go back. Let's see. 0. Keep turning it. 1,000ths of an inch. Almost 2 thou. Just a hair under 2 there. 2 thou.
Okay.
That's what I see. But
Yeah.
We'll just call it
you
2.
agree, Curtis?
Yeah. 2,000s. I guess if you wanted to split hairs, you could say it was 1.5, but yeah, closer to 2.
No, we'll just call it 2. If it's closer
Yeah.
to 2, we're not
Yeah.
we're not going to play me favorite and you
No,
Yeah.
no,
and you not. So
no, it's all good. Yeah.
okay, so all right, so that was that. Now we're going to go over and we're going to the Lee Classic 4-hole turret press, which, ladies and gentlemen, I would not recommend you do anything bigger than a 308 Winchester in this press, just because you may end up breaking the press. It's made for, in my opinion, okay, you can, I mean, literally you can do 30-06 in it, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want to break my press. Usually what I'm looking to do in this type of press is pistol and rifle ammunition, 300 blackout, 223, 5.56, and 308 at the max. Am I all right on this press?
I need to go up higher.
Up higher. Okay.
Take the camera up.
Yep. Yeah. Tell me when.
There you go. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good enough. Same die? Are you gonna?
Yes, same die I'm going to use.
Okay.
Same shell holder.
Okay.
Just different brass. You know, the same brass from the same box, but just new pieces.
Okay, that brass then. You're not going to size that same round in that same. You're doing a new brass now, right?
Yeah, these are 2 new fired pieces of brass. These have not been sized or anything. Right. We're going to see what the turret does with these. Flip some light on the turret. Grab me this die.
Dead horse. You need to do a dollar versus run out comparison to see what you're getting for your dollar. Depends on your expectations too. What you want out of your equipment or what you're looking at. Some people would be satisfied, some people would not be.
Yeah, it's individualized, because some people, 3 or 4 thousandths, they're like, that's fine with me. I'm shooting 200 yards, but for guys that basically that are either OCD like me, I like to see the gauge barely bump when I size brass. But that's just me.
I'm surprised you ain't got into neck turning, actually.
Yeah, I just haven't. I'm getting into annealing this month. I've already got the parts, the shielding, the thermal shielding kit that Hazard made. And so that I'm gonna basically I'm turning this a quarter. Basically, I'm going down until the brass touches the shell holder, and then I'm going a quarter turn past dead stop against the shell holder, and then I'm coming back up with the ram against the bottom of the die after I go a quarter turn right, and that squares the die with the shell holder. and then I tighten the lock ring. And that makes sure that both the die and the head of the ram are on a 90-degree cut to each other, so I don't lose concentricity there. That's important. It doesn't matter if you're using a $120 Lee turret press or a $500 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that is just reloading kind of 101. And if you're a new person, that's something that you need to add to your routine if you don't do it. And the other thing that I found out that really makes a huge difference in seating bullets is use a neck brush for your brass, whether it's a copper or if it's a nylon. It doesn't matter. Just use one right before you seat your bullet and put powder in your case. And you would not believe it reduces the amount of force needed to seat the bullet. So it helps eliminate the ring around the top of the bullet thing. And it also gives you more consistent neck depth seating of the bullet depth seating overall. You know, how deep you seat the bullet, it'll be more consistent from casing to casing when you measure from the ogive to the base. You won't believe it'll start coming up the same numbers, maybe 1,000th or a half different. And you'll be like, oh my God, I've never gotten this good of readings before. And believe me, it's
got a
pretty
question
amazing.
for Curtis. What do you see, Curtis? And what do we all see when we look at your numbers earlier? You did this on 3 different presses, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. You used the same die.
Same die. Same brass.
Same brass.
Yeah. Fired out of the same rifle.
I would say all your presses seem to be good because they're all given the same number. I'd say your die may be a little off in home, maybe in the neck area, but that's just something I'm observing.
Yeah, with my limited experience, I've never really tested anything like this. Yeah, I'm wondering too. Somebody told me one time I asked about that AR series dies by RCBS that I used, and I asked them about those versus the other one. What's the difference? And somebody told me the color of the box.
Actually, the AR series dies reduce the overall size of the body of the brass.
Yep, small base.
By a couple more thousandths more than a regular 223 RCBS die, because they think by reducing the overall size of the brass, it will feed in semi-automatic rifles that feed violently like the AR-15.
I have that here. I have a set, RCBS AR.
Okay, so I just did this one and got her wiped. This one right here, she's wiped. Now we're going to do this.
And I don't use them. I use already. So I think I did a few. I think I did a little bit of.
I have another set of 308 dies, but I think they're not the small base. They're just the regular full length RCBS dies.
You might want to do a set of brass, and we'll do a continuation of this video after I see if I can make these straight. You know, I'll see if I can get these by resizing them, but the necks. And then I'll use an expanding mandrel, 30 cal, and a Sinclair, and I'll go ahead and get it to straighten those necks out, and I'll send you back the brass if you want it, and then we'll get you to send you do just a couple of pieces each, like 3 pieces each out of. I'll send all this brass back to you so you'll have it to reload.
Okay.
And and you send a couple more out of, like 3 pieces, 1 out of each press, and of that new die. Just run 1 piece of brass out of
Let me ask you this: what do you running through that AR of mine, that 308? What is your feelings on just using a regular full length sizing die to run through that AR though?
What?
I think you won't have a problem with it. The only time I've ever seen people have problems with brass is when the brass is near the end of its life and it's just no longer resizing, and or it was fired out of an M60 machine gun or a 240 Bravo 30 caliber belt-fed machine gun, and the chambers on those are considerably bigger, so that they're even got a taper to them on some of them.
Okay.
Slight, very slight, so they aid in ejection. When, you know, if you got dirt and carbon built up in there and stuff. Here are the two pieces I just resized with the same Mighty Armory die on the Lee Classic 4-hole turret, and we're going over to the gauge.
Okay. This will be the third round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll say this: in manufacturing, occasionally, even in reload, no matter what you do in life, you most likely occasionally are going to crapshoot with these dies. Even you may buy one box and that die may have a little bit less run out, then you'll try the other box that may have a little more run out. That's kind of the nature of manufacturing.
Yes,
And,
because because like what AR's saying is, you may get a box of dies that were the last ones on a certain tool head.
Mm-hmm.
And that tool head was starting to become dull, and maybe it was starting to chatter, and then they had to go in there and polish more material out than they normally would and remove like chatter marks, especially right now where most of the time they might just take that die body and throw it in the recycle bin. Now, because the demand is so high and people just want dies to reload, they're letting these dies go into production. But these dies were a couple years old, so this just might be like, as Elliot says, a manufacturer's flaw.
Yeah, that die I used, I bought well before COVID and all the crap.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% sure it's the die. Hello? Yeah.
Yeah. So long as it's a lot of brass coming out the same. It's
same. Yeah, that
just
just
not the press.
What about my die setup? Maybe something I did. It wouldn't be anything I did in setting my die up. You don't think?
Not if you squared it.
No, as long as you're squaring
it should have been squared good.
Yeah, as long as it's squaring up, you know. And my thing is, even if you weren't, it wouldn't be 3,000th out of every machine.
Right.
It just that's a numeric impossibility. You're getting the same amount of neck run out on all the brass. It's either the brass or it's the die. They're the only two things that are consistent. And my guess is 2 pieces, 3 pieces of brass, maybe even 4 out of 12 would have that much run out, but the others would not. So are you guys losing my audio?
No, we hear you.
I can hear you. Yeah, I heard a little bit of a blip there, but you're good.
Okay. I've got to blow up here. Let's see. Kind of blurry again, but
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, go ahead and try to run it. Let's see if we can see it. It's not as clear as I like it, but
let me see if I can move it closer. That help?
A little bit.
That's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Let me get to 0 here.
Sometimes a certain way you turn it, boys, it almost clears a bell. Then at times, cameras. What do you got there? Well, we got basically Chinese Logitech cameras here.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a Canon here very soon. Once I get some money saved.
Yeah, the Canon autofocus will zoom right in on it. A DSLR.
Yeah.
So. Okay, turning it. Let's see.
I'm turning.
Let's see. Okay, that's going to 2 thou. And 0, below 0. It's close to 2 thou.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah, I'd call it 2.
2. So we're getting the same consistency with a Wayne's die in one way, just 1,000ths less.
Yeah. All right. So
Mighty Armory. So
yeah.
That's what the third one on the classic cast. I mean, on the.
This is the second one on the classic cast. I only did 2 per.
Okay.
So there's one.
That's the second one now on the classic cast, or the turret? That's a turret.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the turret. I'm sorry. This is the one out of the classic turret 4-hole press, or classic 4-hole turret press.
Is that the second brass or the third?
This is second. I've only got 2.
Okay.
And I'd call this one so far another 2,000.
Okay.
Yeah, you're swinging one under and one over.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
All right.
Classic cast just got
Just got 2,000s. All right. Now we're gonna go over to the MEC Marksman, and we're gonna see what this little sun gun gonna do for us.
Well, the classic cast, let's see, same die, the turret and the classic cast are almost identical. They are identical.
Okay.
So that tells me it's most likely to die.
Yep. And now, to be honest with you guys, and I can tell you something, this die, I got a little bit of rust inside it in the neck, and I had to send this die back to Wayne, and he polished it for me. And he told me it wasn't perfect anymore. But he's like, make sure you use oil, some mineral oil on your dies. And I was like, oh, man. And so that was the story. So that might be causing this little bit of run out, because I used to get less than 1,000 on this die.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, okay, yeah. See, if you want to, you could say, no, I'm not happy with this product, but yet you'd be nitpicking over what.
No. This is totally my fault. This is absolutely. This is why I wanted to find. I've got a set of lead eyes that are in perfect shape, and I wanted to use them, but I couldn't find them. I don't know what I've done with them. I've lost a couple of things. They're in one of these dehydrator boxes. It's just that when I started pulling it all apart, a lot of stuff started like, what is going on? Oh, I'm moving the.
Let me look at the side chat for a minute. Hello, fellas. Tim S. is here. Michael Hurtneck's here. Good to see you. Uncle John. Lakeview, of course. Joel Wolf is here. HIPAA's here. James Pollard's here. Good to see you. G23. Uncle Jim, of course, always in and out. Good to see you.
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
And Tread.
Tread, what is going on, brother?
Glad you all dropped by. Let's see, you got 17 on.
All right.
Yeah, Echo, I see they sent all that inline fabrication stuff there to the wrong address.
All of the stuff you ordered?
All this inline fabrication you got. They sent it to the wrong address.
Oh.
That's my next. That's going to be my next major purchases. I think is some of this.
I have 2 plates on my inline fab. I got one ultra mount, 7 inches, and I got a standard. I'm gonna remove both of them and place one on here and buy that 7-inch extension he's got, and that's all I'm gonna have on my bench is one flush mount.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2's just kind of taking up too much space on my bench. It's what is it? Length of a piece of plywood, so it's not that long. Plywood.
Okay, so I crank this die down and touch the shell plate, and the shell plate will spin on this die because it can flex left, right, forwards, and backwards. It's free float. So basically, I would go down until I touch, and then I back off the ram. I put my fingertip on the 12 o'clock position and I turn it a quarter or an eighth. This time I turned it an eighth because that's what I did on the other two. So I turn it an eighth, and then I lock the press into cam over and tighten up the lock ring, and that's what we call squaring the die to the ram. And so that basically did that. Now we're going to run this bullet up in here, or this casing rather. Use the right terminology. Old Echo man. And so this press is advertised as a dead stop press, but it actually is a cam over press. The reason it has a slight cam over, it doesn't have true camo. True cam over is where it goes up, it comes back down when you fully extend it. And basically this press goes all the way up and stops. So, but it does have the feeling of it locking over, you know, as a cam over press.
Yes, it does. That's why I called you that one night when I was playing with this thing, because I was told it was a dead stop, and it's like, this doesn't feel like a dead stop. It's camming over.
Yeah, it's just a really good linkage. It's pretty tough.
Here's where I would go, but this is just me on this situation. I would go buy a set of 308 match dies and see what I get on. That's probably what I would want on if I'm really serious about trying to get less concentricity. I would probably, that's just me. I would just go to extreme and either buy a Redding or even a RCBS match grade or Forster and try them and just see, well, which one's the best. And then I'd probably send the others back. But that's me. That's the way I do. I'll test that stuff. If it's something I don't like about it, I ship it up and say, hey, it's a return. Give me my money back. But
I got that warranty on it.
It has to meet my expectations of what I'm wanting when it comes to a die or anything. As a matter of fact, I've even sent Redding shell holders back. Yeah, because they were off too much.
Yeah. Well, for me, all of this, a lot of this is kind of moot because I'm not that 1,000-yard, 800. You know, I'm that 100 to 200-yard shooter, not so.
Yeah, where this kind of run out isn't even gonna bother you.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe someday when I'm retired and I want to just play with it, just to have fun and see how I can stretch it. But yeah, and then your trigger finger and your eyes and everything else, it's like, you know, I'm never going to appreciate that kind of precision anyway, probably.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is more OCD because, I mean, I'm sight impaired, you know, I can probably shoot 500 yards if the target is big enough, and, you know, I can send them in at dead center.
Here's me.
Slight holdover.
With this 3,000 over, if it was in an AR-10, I wouldn't care. Bang, bang ammo. Average.
See, that's me.
Put this in precision rifle, then I probably would try another sizing die.
Yeah.
Try to get to where I wanted to be at.
Yeah, and I may do that eventually. If I get another 308 rifle, a bolt gun. But this is still interesting, though. I mean, I'm.
Oh yeah, it's good to see what you're going to turn out with as far as the. Now, if anybody has any guesses, now's the time to make them before, you know, I spoil the goodies here. So everybody make your guesses on what presses. It's 1 through 6.
Joel Wolf says Redding. Joel Wolf says Redding, just word Redding, or scoring the ram to the die, squaring. Yeah. Let's see. Nothing else really listed. Nobody's saying much.
All right, let's check this first one out of the MEC Marksman.
I use Redding die even in 223, Curtis. I have excellent results, even out of range brass on 223 with Redding sizing die.
Oh, with the Redding dies?
Yeah, I do. And I'm not a Redding shield because I know their tolerance is probably or iffy here, you know, occasionally with them. But I have good luck with their 223 die.
Really?
All
Absolutely.
right, guys. You guys ready to roll this
Mhm.
jalopy?
Yeah, let's blow it up and see. Let's see. Dark a little bit. Okay. I need to see it clearer. I can't determine. It's just too
Yeah.
dark. I can't call something. I can't see it. So
It's too dark. Okay, hold
move
on.
around a
Yeah,
little bit.
we got some fuzz going on there. There you go.
Something about the light. When you back off and light hits it,
Yeah.
it clears up.
Okay, so I need more light, so I need to lower
There you
the
go. Now it's
camera.
clear.
Right there, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing. There,
Yeah,
stand
but
where
what
you're
happens is, as soon as I stick my hands over there,
right.
I think it reflects the light because I've
Yep.
got such white skin.
Yeah.
Incredible.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, can you see that?
Blurring now again. There we go.
There you go. There you go.
That's good.
All right, I'm rolling it.
Okay. 0, 2.
I'm gonna say 2000s.
Yeah, I say the same. That die is doing consistently over 2 presses.
Yep, 3.
3. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So that's on the MEC. So 0, 0, 0.
So you're
Yeah,
saying 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2000s.
All right.
Yeah,
so that's the
I'm
first
seeing
cartridge.
a kind of a pattern here that's telling me we're seeing a difference in the die itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I had another die right now, which I may try to go in and find that Lee die and see if
Hey,
I've got it.
You know what would be interesting, Echo? Is if I sent you that AR die of mine and you just did the same thing and just see how far off they were in yours.
Oh yeah, I would do that for you.
Does that make
No
sense?
problem with it.
Well, I mean, just if you were interested, just it wouldn't matter to me so much for. I mean, I think I'm going to try something else too. But
Yeah,
Curtis,
what we're going to do is we're going to keep
use-
this going. I'm going to have you do another follow up with possibly using different brass and but all of the same shot, all the same lot, and a different die, and see if that changes. Because I have a real sneaky suspicion that that run out, all but 1,000th of it is in your die. That 2,000th extra run out and that extra 1,500th of run out I'm getting is probably the extra 1,000th is from the die and 500th of it's from the brass.
Yeah. And that's why I would be real interested to see what happened if you had my die on those presses of yours. I would be interested to have seen what you got from the same brass.
Curtis, what do you use for your AR-15 when you use that RCBS AR-15 die set?
Well, yeah, that's what like I said, I'm just had built the rifle and everything. So basically, the only thing I fired through it has been this Hornady ammo. So I have the components, but with COVID and then recently I've been busy with other stuff, and then with work and everything, I haven't actually gotten out to shoot any of my stuff I've loaded for it.
Right. I mean, do you use RCBS? Do you use it to reload your 223, the AR-15? The AR die set.
No, I'm sorry. For the 223, I have just a small base. I have a small base RCBS set,
right?
And then I have just a regular Lee set of 223 dies also.
I would use the Lee over the RCBS, and I'll tell you why. You don't really need a small base die, and it overworks the brass. As long as your gun will chamber in a full length die, you're fine.
Yeah. See, when I a couple of years ago when I started accumulating all this stuff, you're reading all this stuff, and so I bought into that, and I had the Lee dies that I got, and then I heard all the stuff about the small base dies, and then I went out and I chased after that. And
yeah, I got one too when I first started years ago. And I've never used it. I think I sized a few pieces of brass, and I just
people
put it
can
away.
pull you into these rabbit holes, And
yes.
Well, advertising and marketing.
And I was naive. I went into a lot of this being, of course, I was naive because I didn't have any experience with it. So
typically with a undersized die, small base, only if you have like a matched chamber real tight would you need that.
Hey, AR, can you see this gauge?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, we're good.
I'm starting to roll.
Okay.
There's 2000s again.
That's what I see too.
Right back to 0. 2000s.
Yeah, you're averaging 2000s.
Yeah, so we don't even have to do mine. We know what mine is. It's 2000s.
Yep.
Because I didn't have any. Did I have any scores that were over 2000s?
No, everything you did was on all 3 presses was 2,000ths of an inch run out.
Okay. So basically that's telling me that die is probably giving me some of that run out, just like I think you're getting some of your run out. And to prove it, I'm going to try to find this 308 set of dies. I dug through here twice earlier, but ow, in my knee. I hurt my knee earlier too, and then, the cat meowed real loud and chased me around back. You got to be careful with them big cats chasing you.
I mean, with Mighty Armory and even, with what Curtis used, they're almost everything's showing the same numbers, no matter what press you use it on. Absolutely same numbers. Except one on the...
I was getting more run out on my presses than he is.
I say it's still the die though.
I don't think it's your press, brother. No. I don't think it's your press. I think your presses are fine. I think that die set that you got is
just the way it is.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And basically, who knows? You got to think about it from RCBS. These aren't computer robots putting these out. These are people. People have bad days at work. They get in fights with their old ladies and go to work mad and yelled at. And sometimes they'll just say, hey, you know what? Screw this. And I'm going to set it up as close as I can. I'm not nitpicking it today because I can't put up with it. And that's when you get 3000s a run out. And that's just typical, I mean, it's typical American type of stuff.
Again, if I'm just going to fling this stuff downrange at some paper or steel and just
3000s is nothing. You got to listen to everybody in the side chat. 3000s is nothing.
Yeah.
I'm anal retentive and OCD, so I have an issue.
Yeah,
but of course it was in a different box. It wasn't in 308 Winchester. It was in 223 Remington.
Sure. Like I said, with my eyes and my trigger finger, dude, I'll never be able to appreciate absolute precision anyway. Yeah.
Not at
this point,
Well, yeah, but the whole thing is manufacture. This is where I look at it. I'm not going to seek precision either. You know what I'm saying? But I want my stuff to be able to do it.
Sure.
And, so and I want to be able to turn out ammunition that if a guy that can shoot really well shoots it, he's going to turn around and say, hey, this shit shoots really good. And that's what I'm looking for.
I agree.
I could care less.
Yeah, I would still like
Jim Echo and the Whitey Man.
Into Whitey Man. Hey, listen.
And the Whitey Man.
They used to make fun of me at school because I was so white. The school nurse, even, she's like, okay, you're going to need an x-ray. But lucky for you, we don't have to go to the hospital and actually stand in front of an x-ray machine. And I'm like thinking, what kind of witchcraft is she going to be pulling on me? The next thing I know, she's got a flashlight and she's like, come over here and take your shirt off. And I started laughing. I'm like, are you serious? She starts giggling. She's like, if you were any whiter, you could be a star. And I was just like, yeah, kind of like a white crayon, useless.
I want to address this. Tread says, are they all take pride in their work and make the best product they can each and every day, regardless of their personal life. I hate to say it, I've been in manufacturing my whole life. They have good days and bad days. Some workers are better at fine tuning machines than other workers. Some just can't do it. They have a hard time
Some
getting,
people get a natural feel for the
yeah,
machinery, and
absolutely.
that is from years of doing it, and
Yeah.
that is stuff that you cannot replace by hiring some new guy.
Mm-mm.
That is basically, that's why those guys make what they make in machine shops, in
Mhm.
custom shops, is
I work.
because
Mhm. I
they
work
know
in.
those
Mhm.
CNC machines. They know how to operate them. They know how to do the shortcuts that actually make working on them easy with
Mhm.
CAD. And you got to know what you're doing. You got to know when the
Yep.
bits need to come out and be replaced to be sharpened. All that stuff matters. You know, a good CNC machine maker, he will even magnetic particle inspect his bits before he starts during the day. So he knows if he's got any cracks in those bits, and he'll change them before they shear and destroy a part.
Mhm. My brother, he used to work in a dry lab at a contact lens company I worked at too, and they worked on lace. It would cut the hard plastic and cut them. Every day he come in, he would have to readjust that machine because first shift would be off, and he would set it up right. Now, am I making that up? No, he actually did set it up right. My brother is same as I am. He makes sure something is set up absolutely right and right on the money. But unfortunately, even in our company, it just had bad stuff a lot of times. We used to send hundreds of thousands of bad contact lenses overseas from technicians and people in the plant not setting up the machines correctly or letting them run without even looking at the machines at times. So it's just go figure. It was a mess.
All right. So got a quarter turn, got it cammed over. I got a lead eye in here. Now we're going to see what time it is. Oh, it's got, I forgot.
So what you
I got
gonna
to
do? You
take
gonna
the
resize Lee now?
yeah, I'm going to use a Lee and do one dot piece of brass. I'm going to take the
Oh, okay.
decapping ball out, and I'm going to see what it says.
Okay.
Let me see here. Let me grab me a
Interesting.
quick to grab this die apart. See if I remember. Yep, good enough. Remembered which ones it is.
There's so many people in these companies. A lot of them are good, really good on machines, but a lot of them they don't even have what it
Well,
takes
you
to
know, a
even be
lot
a
of
machine
people don't
operator.
have the time on the machines. You
Hmm.
know, you don't learn that stuff inside a class. You may learn how to use the machine and run AutoCAD, but you
Absolutely.
don't learn the actual how the machine operates until you run it for a few years
That's
and
right.
get the experience things like failures. And you're like, oh, I know how to prevent this failure. I do this. These are little tricks of the trade. Usually you learn from journeyman machinists that'll
Hmm.
tell you, hey, man, you're doing that wrong. Let me show you how to do this so it doesn't take you all day to do it.
Hmm. When I was in my 20s, this interesting little tidbit, we used to have rollers and we used to run the big giant continuous rolls of dumpling dough down a machine for food manufacturing. And you know how I was able to adjust that machine? I would take my fingers and walk by the machine talking to people, and I didn't have to look at it. I would feel the dough between my two fingers, and if it was thick, I'd go crank the machine down and thin the dough out. It's
All
kind
right,
of
now we got the expanding die assembly out of there. We can run over here. I'll bring you over here so you can see what I'm doing.
Lee James Potter. Lee makes good ammo dies. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
Lee.
they're good
Hey,
dies.
here,
Absolutely.
yeah, here's something for you guys to think of.
Mhm.
Lee, okay, back when you could buy a set of Redding dies for $70-$80, you could get
Mhm.
a set of rifle Lee dies that come with 4 dies. It came with a full length sizer, deadhead bullet seating die, which does not a crimp. It's only seating, and a let's see, let's see, the full length sizing, the deadhead, and and the neck collet die,
Yep.
and the factory crimp die. So, and that was like $45, and it came with a shell holder and a scoop and a full colored, easy to read, even if you're as blind as a bat as me, and load data. I was just impressed. I was like, because when I ordered the other dies and I spent more money, I was like, kind of like, well, I didn't get as much. I mean, yeah, granted, the dies have machine marks on them. There's tool marks on them. But I'm not paying for what the outside of the die looks like. I'm paying for what the inside does. And just so you guys know, there has been men and women both win the Olympics shooting events using Lee dies to reload for their competition matches in the Olympics.
That Lee die set you're talking about, I believe they call that their ultimate die set now, I believe.
Yeah. I think I think you're correct.
And they're right about twice the price you just mentioned. They're like $90, 85, I think I saw them for.
Yeah. Everything has gone up with inflation and lack of ability. That's capitalism, though. You got to love it.
You got one more to do.
Yeah, I've got brass right here. Just pulling another one out of the that box. Throw a little lube-a-doob on there. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to the guys over at KMF, the light guys that do the lighting for all my other presses, and see if they can come up with something for this MEC Marksman, or if they Go ahead. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, I keep interrupting you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
G23. I worked in food manufacturing. I was a supervisor too in my mid to late 20s. I stayed in food from time to time, different food manufacturing. Then I went to automotive. Then I went to contact lenses. So I did a
wow. That was a tremendous different feeling when I resized that. It didn't seem like it worked the brass nearly as hard. And that's what I've known about Lee. Lee will leave the brass a little bit bigger than your normal dies will. But that little bit bigger body helps center that cartridge more and fill up some of that chamber. And it does work, because if you compare Lee to RCBS to Lyman to Mighty Armory, you just do them all. And you look, the Lee is going to do the least amount of case. You can get it to bump the shoulder as far as you want, but it does the least amount of body resizing. And that is, I think, one of the things that Richard Lee discovered in his long career of making ingenious items. And I like all the manufacturers. I own Lyman, Hornady. I own probably $1,000 worth of Redding dies. So I'm not I'm just telling you, I've used them all. And if I actually got better performance out of one, I would tell you guys. But pretty much Lee and Lyman, Redding, RCBS, they all do about the same. And so why pay is that much? Is all I'm getting at. All right, is that zero, gentlemen?
There you go. It's good.
You ready, Elliot?
I can't see it that clear. AR.
Sorry, brother.
Geez.
I'm just used to calling you that.
No. It's hardly no friggin' run out on that.
No, I'm not turning it yet. I'm just waiting for you to tell me it's clear.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, damn, that's good.
Yeah,
I'm like, hell
yeah.
yeah. I'm like,
It's
that's
like
one hell of a die. I'm
Okay,
like,
winner,
come on.
winner, chicken dinner.
Mail me
all
that
of a
die.
sudden, you just see all of my chat disappear to go order 308 Lee dies. And they're like, son of a gun, that's a winner. Chicken dinner. Okay, so I'm rolling it.
One.
Oh, hold on. That bump. What?
It's kind of hard to see now. Can't hardly see. I can't see it clear. We're going to have to refocus it, readjust it. I can't make a determination. But can you, Curtis?
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see here if I can move.
Just not. Let's see. Yes. Nope, not yet. There we go. Got it now. Well, there we go. Yeah. Okay. 1,000. Lower.
Wow, is this going to be what I think it's going to be?
Okay, just jump to 2. Keep turning it. Let's see, 0 to 1,000.
I'm bumping it because it's coming out of the. I gotta get this hold better because I don't think this is. Let me crank slow.
So far, I'm just seeing 1,000 run out.
Yeah, I'm trying to crank it. It pulled on this head of this case pretty hard because this was the first piece of brass in that die, and I just blew it out with gun scrubber, which is denatured alcohol pressurized. So it was dry. Yeah. So right there, you got 1,000, and if this head of this case wasn't warped, I guarantee you, because the round is actually going up. Can you guys see the piece of brass? It's going like this as I spin it because the head is warped. Let me pull out a new piece now that I've got a little bit of lube in that die. And we'll go ahead and pull another one, and we'll see what we get this time.
Yeah, at worst, you were at about 1,500. It looked like almost, but real close.
Yeah, I agree, Joel. Their powder measures, that mechanical one especially, is bad.
Which one?
The Lee powder measure mechanical. I think.
Mechanical? What are you talking about?
Joel's talking about he would throw their powder measure in the trash. The Lee. I've
got this one, and this one right here. Can you guys see that one?
That's a powder thrower. We're talking about the
powder measure.
Yeah,
you mean a scale?
Yeah, the scale.
Yeah, dude, the scale is horrible.
Well, he's calling it powder measure, I would assume. What are you talking about, Joel? Are you talking about a powder thrower or a powder scale? See what he says.
I think he's talking about a powder thrower, a powder measure. Yeah, it depends on which one you get. And even like I got the deluxe one, and
it worked. Measure, I think a scale, but thrower, I think a thrower.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that they've got 2 different models of the powder thrower. They've got an all plastic one that's blown plastic, and then they've got one that's made out of metal. One is $20, one is $60. Well, this is pre-COVID prices, okay? So I got the $60 one because I shoot a lot of precision rifle, and I use a lot of extruded powder. So it throws extruded powder to the 10th of the grain, and sometimes I'll throw 25 charges, and it'll be 25 charges perfect. I've never had a powder measure do that with extruded powder before. But
you were telling me that.
But it does have a drawback. If you're using ball powder, it leaks like a sieve, and you will end up having literally a bench top full of ball powder. Not full. It's not like it pours out, but it definitely leaks ball powder. H110 pours out the side. True Blue, I've been told, pours out the side like crazy, from running it. Now this is after doing hundreds of rounds.
I don't like doing ball powder in a RCBS 1500 measure. I
Yeah,
don't like
because
it.
when it throws it, it will hit the little dish,
Right.
and all of them do it. My Lyman Gen 5 does the same thing. When you're throwing ball, it will just throw it, and it'll land in the dish, and it'll swoop out of the dish and up and go everywhere, all over. Usually the load, the load. What do they call that? If Pat was here, he'd be able to tell me. The load cell.
Yeah, the load cell. Yeah.
Yeah, the load cell. The little plastic piece that goes directly over it, it covers that with it every time you use ball.
With ball powder, I throw it at a powder thrower, which is like 3BR. Actually, I like to have the 10X. Now, I may end up buying a Hornady a thrower.
Okay,
their
gents,
model.
look at this. It dropped right back on the 0. It's sizing that neck to the exact same size. Now, we may have a whatever variance in here. All right, we ready to look at that? Can you guys see that?
Not clear.
Or not clear?
Yeah, it's fuzzy again. It's dark.
Fuzzy. Oh, let's see. No. Nope.
Okay, hold on. Let me try doing a little camera. Camera magic. Now, if you tilt up, you should catch. Is it darker or lighter?
Darker. I can't
even
see
okay, hold on.
It's dark and still kind of fuzzy.
Okay, hold on. There's 2 different ways to skin a cat.
Okay, I won't be able to read it from that direction. Me personally. I need it a little bit more down.
Okay, hold on. I'll adjust it.
Okay.
Can you see that this time?
It's at an angle. Like it's hard to. It's not as straight on as I'd like.
Yeah, it's real out of focus too. It's pretty fuzzy.
Yeah.
You can make out the lines, but it's not as clear as it.
All right. Well, we're gonna fight this all night if I have to, because we got to be able to read this.
Yeah, we want to be fair here to it.
Yeah.
Boy, it's being stubborn now.
Yeah, it is.
Blurry as crap. Something about how the lighting must have fell on it or something before. At times we can get it really clear.
Yeah.
Let's see. There we go.
Perfect.
There we go.
You guys can read that? Too much lighting is what was going on. All right, gentlemen, I can work in the dark. If you can see, I can do my magic. All right. Are we on the 0, gentlemen?
Yeah, the tip of the needle now is disappearing, but go ahead.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, I've been turning it.
That's 1,000.
1,000's out. 1,000's run out. Yeah.
All right, so gentlemen, what that's telling us is that die is only throwing it out 1,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's probably only throwing it out a half 1,000, and the press is throwing it out a half 1,000 as well. Because so there you go.
And the brass could even be 1,000 thicker. I mean,
yes, it could even have a little bit of variation in the brass thickness in the neck. Yep. I mean, you could trim the high spots and then run it, and it would probably drop it to a half 1,000th run out, which is just what's in the die. But so basically,
that's a good die you got there.
That's a good die for what I paid for it.
That's why I say it's kind of luck of the draw in manufacturing, the nature of it. Sometimes you get a good die, buddy, be right on. Then you get another one. What? This is not good enough for me.
Yeah. So, all right. Did anybody enter for the drawing?
I haven't seen anybody.
If you guys want to enter for the drawing, I'm going to take off this screen here and go back to. Let's see, which one is it? There we go. Okay, Curtis, you're back in front of the camera, so I'm just letting you know in case you're buck naked back there.
Yeah, picking my nose or something.
Yeah, picking your nose.
What do they need to pick? What do they need to pick for the contest or for the prize?
Okay, let's say what press. Okay, so I guess here's the thing. All his dies were 3,000ths out.
Yeah. Yep.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just make up a number, and you guys all enter a number from 1 to 10, and I'm gonna pick a number out of the air. And AR, write these down or keep an eye on these. And I'm gonna send you the number I already picked. Okay. AR.
Okay. You don't text it, right?
Yeah, I'm texting it to you right now.
Okay. Let's do it 1 through 20. I mean 15.
No, 1 through 10 because I already said it, and I don't want to confuse people.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. Okay. You all start typing a number.
Yeah, I think they already have, so you might have to swim up and down the whatever they call it, roll, scroll, whatever the hell it is.
Tread 7, Eagle Eye 8, Michael Hurtnick 6, G23 3, James Pollard 6, Uncle Jim 9, Tread 7, Ram 7, G23 3, Dead Horse 1. Nope. Well, yeah. No, hold on. Joel got it. Joel Wolf.
Okay, get Joel. Yeah. Let AR give you his email address and send your address, contact information to AR's Gmail address there at his channel. And
ARgun1776@gmail.com, guys. But yeah, let's see. I got to go back to the first one that got it. First one got it at 9:55 was Joel Wolf.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeff, you didn't get it. Yeah, he got it first. So.
Okay, you guys all enter another number. I'm giving away 3 of these.
Okay. Anything from 9:58 on then, or whatever. I have to look. Uncle Jim put a whole bunch of numbers.
He's like, I just want the damn oil.
Okay, here we go. Got to send me the number.
I'm sending it right now. It's coming your way. I'm sending smoke signals, AR, so you're going to have to look out the window.
I think he's
I don't know it.
Okay, I got the number. Okay, Michael Hurtnick. Let's see. Uncle Jim was the last, I think. Yeah, okay. So Michael says 5. Uncle Jim says 9. G23 again says 3. Y is 7, afraid of 9. James Pollard 3. Tread 7. Tread, you're the winner. Congratulations.
All right, Tread. Hell yeah, brother.
Tread got it. I can't hear. Is Echo, you muted?
No, you can't hear me?
Sound.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Here?
You can hear me?
You all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, AR. Can you hear me, Curtis?
I can hear everybody, yeah.
Okay. You lost all your sound, AR?
I have no sound.
All right, check your plug and your button on your headphones. See if you muted yourself. But you should hear. It must not be plugged in. That's the only thing I can think. Hold on. Look at the camera.
Okay, something's going on.
Plug in.
What are you doing, Echo?
Hold on. Let me get a cable so I can show you what I'm doing. Where is it? Oh, I know where this cable.
My side's dead. I can't hear anyone if you hear me.
I can hear you.
Do you hear Curtis?
I can hear you.
Okay, I can't hear you. I can't hear Echo. What are you doing, Echo?
Plug your damn
I've got
thing
it plugged
in.
in, man.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
plugged
damn.
in.
I was just
Everything's fine.
I'm like, damn.
Replug
What
it.
am I doing? I'm giving you sex messages. What the hell? I don't know what to do. I mean, hell. All right, so we're gonna keep this up. All right, and my blind Curtis, can you see the side chat?
Let me see. Okay.
I know everybody's laughing.
Yeah. Okay. Here we
Michael.
go.
All right.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, gentlemen, and if there's any ladies out there, go ahead and
Hear
enter.
me, but I can't hear you.
Go ahead and enter another number.
Test. Yeah, I got volume. My mic's working, but I don't hear nobody.
Put the plug on the gauge.
Hang on, I'm gonna have to unplug this and turn my speakers on because I can't hear nothing.
Michael Hurtneck 8, Uncle Jim 9, James Pollard 5,
Uncle
G20.
Jim 1. It was
Okay.
9. It was freaking 9. Oh my gosh. Okay, Jim. Well, you won some Slip 2000, brother. And AR guns can't even hear, so I gotta get a Jim's information to AR. Jim, AR Guns' website or his email address is arguns1776@gmail.com. If you just send over your post office box, I'll get you a couple tubes of oil in the mail. Everybody's going to be getting 2 tubes of Slip 2000 gun lubricant. It works in negative 20-degree climate and on ARs. So it's real good if you guys are up in cold weather climates. And it works really well in salt environments and highly corrosive environments.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I got sound back now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I finally got it back. Yeah.
Okay.
I went down.
Well, basically, Uncle Jim won. What is this? 1911. Dead Horse. Yes, 1911. It's nice to see you out, brother. I haven't seen you around in a while. It's good to see you. I hope everything's going good for you and your family. Who else is out here that I haven't said hello to? Mr. Tread, I've yelled at you already. Tim S.
What number? What number did Uncle Jim say?
He said 9.
Okay, I missed that one. I only was at 7 when my sound went down. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get the last guy that won? Okay. It was Tread.
Tread at 9:57 said 7 before anybody else did.
Yes, Tread won, and then you wrote down the one before that, and Uncle Jim won the third raffle.
I got you. I don't know what happened to my sound; just died. So, $3 headphones from China.
You're very welcome, Uncle Jim. Your little pistol caliber pistols that you have in 45 and 9 will absolutely love this Slip 2000. If you don't already have some, you probably do though.
Congratulations, guys.
But thank you very much for everybody coming out and we're going to just hang out now for a little while if you guys want to, or if you guys have to go, I'll hang out and get everybody, we're just going to hang out and do a little chat now. Since we went through that, we went through the drawing. Once we get those information, I will get your packages out in the mail within 7 days. And so that'll be that. And
hang on a minute.
You know what makes me really wonder is I want to take that Lee die now and go back and see if it'll do it in that turret press. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the most inexpensive and functional press that I have. I keep coming back to it. And even Uncle Jim will tell you the same story. And anybody that owns one of these will tell you the same story. They are decent. They give you very low run out. They function well. They have a lot of leverage for a little press. It really surprised me how easily it did that 308 brass.
Okay.
I was like, I think it would literally do 30-06 now. I really do. I just don't think you could do thousands of rounds of it, but you definitely could do it.
Okay, I've only got one email by Tread so far.
Okay, I've got Uncle Jim's information.
Okay.
So I got him.
I got Joel's. Joel's just come in. Joel.
Okay. So we got everybody's.
Uncle Jim's trying to be secretive.
Uncle Jim is very secretive. If you had a house up in the middle of the mountains, you'd be secretive too, because I wouldn't want it to have somebody meet me up.
We're gonna ride up there and shoot all your deer, Uncle Jim.
Nah, his deer are pets. Those are little pets. Dude, those deer are cute. He's got deer that come over and lick on the side of that salt lick thing where I've become you know what? I used to hunt avidly when I was younger. And as I get older, I didn't have any use for cats either. I was a dog guy my whole life, golden retrievers and Rottweilers and German Shepherds. Purebreds. I actually bred golden retrievers and Great Danes. Well, my parents did. I didn't have anything to do with the Great Danes. I was little, but the golden retrievers were all me. And I had 2 purebred goldens when I met my wife, and they passed away. And now I've got a cat. I went to 2 cats. They passed away. I got another cat, and now she's my little princess.
Goldens are smart.
Yes, they are very smart dogs.
I had a chocolate lab that was smart as all get out. Boy.
All right, we have. What's everybody want to talk about? What do you want us to talk about? Let's get the side chat some heads up. See if they want to ask some questions, or what do you guys want to talk about? You want to keep talking about reloading? Do you want me to see me run another piece of brass through that turret press and see what I can get with that Lee precision die in the turret press?
Let's do one more, just to see.
All right, will do, Capitan.
So that turret press, you said you wouldn't do anything bigger than 308 on it, just because of the heaviness, the build quality of the press itself? Or?
Well, it's just the heavy dutiness of it. The press is not really designed to do long action rifles. It's designed to do short action rifles, which would be your 308 Winchester, your 6.5 Creedmoor, your 223, 5.56, all of the cartridges from there under, you know. But I think that you'd be okay with 30-06. And now granted, I am using where are you at? I am using this, and I am really a big fan of this. A couple of the guys recommended this to me. AR was one of them, and he said that it's good stuff. And I've got Lee, RCBS, and Dylan, the Imperial sizing wax, and this stuff right here blows all of it out of the water. I'm telling you, this is like, yeah,
it works.
It is the bomb. This,
and I
plus,
have the unique and the that sizing die wax, the Redding stuff. Those are the 2 I have.
I used to use the Redding all the time. Once I discovered unique, I haven't went back at this point.
Yeah, the Redding works. It does, but this just works better. This is super lubricious. If you want something that is non-toxic and it's unique, so it's kind of like the gunpowder. I'm like, it just works. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And it's not
what about-
oily.
Yeah,
what about
it's
that?
not oily.
I've been using that dry neck lube that Redding has too.
Yeah, I use that as well. Yeah, I
Okay.
use that as well. If I'm using a lot of neck tension,
Yeah. Okay.
like if I'm using an expander ball and I'm doing I'm doing 223 or something like that, then I will use that on the bottom of a bullet. Basically what I'm talking about, excuse me there, I'm dying. On the bottom of the bullet, I will dip the bullet into the graphite, and then I will just go ahead and seat the bullet, and then seat it with the dye, and it will alleviate rings. If you guys are having ring problems around your bullets, especially lead bullets with powder coat, if you take the bottom of that bullet and you dip it in graphite, Redding graphite neck lubricant, it will slide down in there. I've already talked to Redding. Graphite does not hurt the powder because graphite is in gunpowder.
Yep.
And it does not cause any kind of oxidation of the powder or anything like that. It's powder safe. So, and it helps prevent what I could only think of as galvanic bonding. Like when you put a brass bullet down or a copper jacketed bullet down into a brass case, a lot of times you will the neck tension will increase over time. That's why a lot of guys that shoot precision matches will seat their bullets long and bring a press with them to the match and finish seating their bullets right before they shoot them, so they don't have a time to build up a bond inside that. And that, because what happens is that bond varies from bullet to bullet and causes differences in neck tension. And when you start talking about neck tension, a couple thousandths neck tension difference between shell and shell will cause the actual velocity to be quite a bit different from shell to shell. And then at range, that will cause severe impact drifts. So that's just something for you guys to think of a little bit, because I know there's a bunch of you out there that cast your own bullets, roll your own, and you sometimes will have problems with that. And that's just something I have figured out over the years that works. I've loaded, I don't cast bullets, but I do load lead bullets. I just buy them from Acme, because I'm literally not allowed. My wife told me if I start casting lead, I'm going to have to find another place to live, because she's not going to live through me spilling a 20-pound bucket of hot lead down the front of me.
I got a good one here, you all, if you want to hear this tech tip or tech information. It says here on Hornady's site, for those who want to use high-quality paste lube, this non-petroleum product will not contaminate powder or primers. They're talking about Unique. Unique is safe for powder and primers.
Yep.
So if where Imperial probably is oil-based, it would probably contaminate the powder.
Nope. It's safe.
Is it?
Look on it. Yep. Look
Imperial?
on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Imperial's safe. Lee is safe. Hornady Unique and Hornady that spray out in the can, that lube that you're not supposed to breathe while you're spraying it. That stuff is safe on powder and primers. The only ones that I know aren't are the ones that contain like a petrol based lubricant. And believe it or not, some of the older ones did contain an actual petroleum based lubricant. That sized it up real nice. I'm going to go over here and we're going to see what this one did out of the $120 Lee turret press.
Somebody mentioned to me one time, I don't know how true it is, that you can use, I forget what brand it was, but it was some boot grease or something.
For lubricant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually heard of guys that live out in the middle of kind of nowhere use all kinds of stuff from bear fat to like just anything, even to lubricate their cases when they're resizing them. I've heard of guys using oil off their dipsticks and oil off their tranny sticks, their transmission dipsticks and oil dipstick, engine oil, and just putting a little on their fingers and rubbing the cases. As long as you don't get it anywhere near the shoulder, you're pretty good.
Yeah, somebody told me they've used it, or they knew somebody that used some kind of boot grease.
Yeah, probably boot shine, like that Kiwi boot shine. It's got some type of lubricant in it so that you can polish it into it's got a softener in there too. Can you guys read that gauge?
Here, let me get on here. That's kind of fuzzy right now again.
Okay.
Get it focused in there a little bit.
Oh, I guess it helps if I don't. Let me get this damn thing in the screen here.
There we go.
Focused?
Yeah, very nice. So I suppose you could just fry up some bacon on some Saturday morning and then reload after you have breakfast. Use your greasy bacon greased fingertips.
Dude, Walter was joking about it the other day, using it to lube bullets and then shoot them, and then it'll start making everything smell like somebody's cooking bacon.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, can you see that?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Zero it out a little bit if you want.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There you go.
Yeah, am I there more?
Keep going. Yeah, a little more, just a hair more maybe. Close enough. There you go. Good. That's good.
All right. Let me know what we're doing here.
About 1/1000th and a half.
Yep, I agree. 1,500.
Yeah. I'd call it 1/1000th and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's good brass right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to resize these last couple pieces that are in here. That way I can just put all this brass as sized. So I'm pretty impressed with this little turret press.
Yeah, me too. I've actually kind of looked at that on and off, but I've got all these presses now, and it's like, oh man, do I really need to buy another press?
Yeah, I've got four.
Yeah, see, I've got Rock Chucker Supreme. I've got the old RCBS that we did the test on tonight, and then I've got the MEC and the T7, and I've got two 550s.
Oh wow!
And and like I was saying earlier, I don't really shoot or reload that much. I've just been kind of accumulating stuff and learning. So when I retire here in a couple of years, I just hit the ground running. And
that
the
makes
two
perfect sense.
was, the two 550s is kind of overkill. But the one thing I don't like changing over, even though it doesn't take long and it's not that difficult. The changing over the primer system and from large to small, it's just like I'll just use one for one and one for the other.
Yeah.
So I'll run my 223 off of one, and like my 10 millimeter and stuff off the other one.
Yeah, that sounds. That I mean that seems like. See, you right now, my friend Dead Horse in the side chat. He's like, man, if I ever bought a Dillon, I'd get a 550 because you can load precision rifle ammunition on it. Because the 550 is one of the few presses that has a lot less concentricity and run out problems because of the way the RAM is set up on that particular press. You. Yeah, it's the 650 and 750 give a little bit more what are they, deviation. Okay. And it's just where the shell plate, because you've got a large plate making contact with several dies, and you try to balance that out the best you can by backing dies off and making final fine-tune adjustments. Usually it takes care of the problem, but you will get a little bit more deflection out of the higher volume presses just because they've got a little bit more slack in them to run a little bit faster, more, you know what I'm saying? Like the shell, everything moves at a little bit higher speed.
Yeah, my 550s primarily, I got them for if I want to come down and load 500 or 1,000 for a weekend or something, and I don't want to fart around. I just want to kick them out real quick so I can get out the door.
Michael's asking me a question. Go ahead, Curtis. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. That was all I was going to say. They're just for if I want to load up a quick batch for a weekend or something, I don't have to sit there on the single stage and do them all.
I have a Big Boss 2, Dillon 650, T7 turret, and Forster coax press. I'm actually looking right now on of some 223 I sized on the actually I think it's 650, and my run out is 0 to 1,000 on my range brass on 223 on a rating die.
Wow.
One cartridge here is 0 run out with range brass and a 55 grain Hornady spear point, soft point bullet.
All right, check this comment out.
So my rating is pretty good, even for 223.
AAR. Mm-hmm. Read the comment.
Yeah. When I will, I buy everything.
I was going to throw in some for this test tonight. I would have done some on my 550, but I don't have the caliber conversion kit for 308 yet for my 550. Otherwise, we would have thrown that into it.
Mm-hmm. My average is 1,000th run out on my 223 range scrap loaded.
Yeah, Uncle Jim is correct. That 550, I've seen guys that younger guys, not my age, with still good eyesight and hand-eye coordination, rip off like 600 rounds an hour on a 550 and turn out some precision rifle ammunition. Right before they go to a competition, and I'm just like, that's pretty cool. Here's Tread's comment about 550. 550 supports the brass on the platform. The 750 supports the brass with the shell hole, with the shell plate. Yes, exactly. And the platform has got a lot less flex in it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
See, when I first got my first 550, and I was speaking to a couple of people, and it's like they were trying to, no, just step it up, just go for broke, get the 750, yada yada. It's just like, man, I don't see myself, by the time you buy that colander, you're the case feeder and all that stuff, and it's like, man, I bought my two 550s for less than I would have had into caliber conversion kits and everything for that. And it's like, I don't need to go that fast.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Uncle John. I don't reload, but I slept at Holiday Inn. All right, let's see what this last piece of brass is going to do from the turret here. I just ran this up in the turret with the Lee 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 Classic 4-hole turret with the Lee Precision 308 die.
Okay.
And we're going to put this on 0 here so that we can get her perfect. Let me know, guys. Does that look perfect to you?
Oh, go back the other way a little bit.
Go back the other way a little bit. More?
Yeah, just a hair more, and you're out of focus again.
There you Yeah, hair off, but
Which way?
just a hair more the same way you were going. Just
Yeah.
there
we go.
All right. Good thing I know hairs.
Okay, turn that.
I don't know a thing about that.
Yeah.
1.5. Now, what is that? 308?
Yeah, this is just barely going past 1,000th. Like just heading heavy on the line. It looks like to me. I got clear for a second.
You're at 0
But
now.
It
looked to me about 1,500. Yeah.
It is. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
1,000.
All right. So that's pretty much what we're getting. So there you go. That full length sizing die for 308 Winchester is, I think, is $18 for that die. You can literally buy that die for $18.
Now, which one are you talking about? The sizing or the
full length size? The full length sizing.
Okay, by itself. Okay.
Yeah, you can order Lee dies individually.
Right.
You can get them through Titan Reloading. It's a mom and pop, brother and sister owned reloading shop right down the street from Lee Precision on the same freaking street. They get their deliveries from Lee in a golf cart. This die right here may not be the
Eagle Eye Echo's webcam has ADD.
Dude, I'm buying a real camera. I'm done with these little knockoff things made to be chatting to people on your like a video call cameras.
I know. I want a DSLR bad.
Yeah, I'm buying one very soon. They already got me for the StreamYard now monthly, so I can have up to 10 people on. I'm going to do banners and streamers and all that stuff in my own logo.
Back off a little bit on it. There you go. Well, we can see most of it. Yeah, you can buy Redding dies too, single. A lot of them.
Yeah, you can buy any of the dies.
Yeah.
You can order them directly from any of their carriers, their distributors. And because Redding does not deal with the general public unless it's warranty, I believe, if I remember correctly. Just because I think they say they don't like cutting the throats of their distributors, so they don't sell to the public. But they will, if you call them up, they'll tell you where they, like, if you're looking for something in particular, you can call up Redding and ask them, hey, where did you just send your last order of dies to? And they'll be like, we sent a big order to so-and-so, and you can usually go there and find what you're looking for. And I know that sounds kind of hokey, but it worked.
Hey, Echo, I did tell you about those that 9,000 small rifle primers I found the other day?
In your house?
No, at one of my local gun stores.
Did you buy them? I mean, well, hold on. What was the ridiculous price, I should say? Because if you had 9,000 primers and they were in stock, they were asking something stupid.
Well, they were asking something stupid. So I walk into this place. What they are, they have a couple of gunsmiths there. It's a mom and pop thing, and they sell mostly all used guns and stuff in there. So I walk in and I'm like, what the hell? There's like all these primers and some bullets and whatnot in there. It's like they had all total, just small rifle CCI. They had like 11 or 12,000 of them. And I'm like, wow, how much? He's like, yeah. And he starts giving me the whole these are those times, it's like, yeah, I know.
No. You're getting the
so I'm
song
like,
and dance
yeah,
before the price. You know it's going to be ballistic.
Yeah, and I've got there right at the closing time, and he's taking off he's been gunsmithing, so he's taking off his apron, and he's like, yeah, they're like $19.95 per 100, so it was like $200 per 1,000 for these CCI primers. And I'm like,
my God.
Yeah. Well, then I got looking closer. See, I had even taken a picture with my phone because I was going to send my buddy, and I got looking at them, and I think what happened is I'm not even sure what was inside the boxes because I got looking closer, and all of them looked like they had been opened. I don't know if he opened them, but I suspect what happened is he got them from an estate because he said they had just gotten them in. And
Right.
I think it was somebody's grandpa died or something, and they brought all this reloading stuff in because he had like 20 the old tin cans of IMR 4060. Is that right?
4064.
4064. In the baby
M1
blue,
Grand.
That's
M1 Grand powder that the military use, improvised military.
Well, it was in these
improved military powders or whatever it stands for.
The baby blue label on it.
Yes, the baby blue is the 4064.
Okay, yeah, 4064. You're right. He must have had. I'm guessing. I was exaggerating. He probably had a dozen cans of it though. I didn't even ask him. I didn't even ask him how much. But there was all those primers, and then there was, I don't know, some odd bullets and stuff. But like I said, I was there at closing time. I'm not going to hang out. I'm not going to talk anymore after I heard the price of the primers.
Yeah, that's kind of a. I mean, I understand supply and demand and capitalism and everything, but and you got to make your money, and he will make his money. It's just unfortunate that that you got to pay that kind of price for primers right now.
Well, I suspect they came, like I said, I suspect they came from an estate or something, and who knows even how they were stored or if there's primers missing in those boxes. Who knows?
Oh yeah, and not to mention if those things, a lot of times guys will buy primers and they'll be into a sport, and then they'll get up into their 70s and their late 80s, and they'll not shoot as much anymore. And then they'll think, well, they've held on to all this stuff for all this time, and then they know that they've got to have their daughter or their son or a family friend get rid of all that stuff. So then they start, they're like, oh man, this is going to be a big pain in the ass. And most of them just don't even do anything with that stuff. And it ends up all going to an estate sale, because they don't have anyone to leave anything to.
But it's back on screen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me, dude.
If you're finished, no problem.
Yeah. There we go.
I got a tech tip or question, answer, everything all in one. Did you know that number 41 primer is made by CCI, right?
Yes.
Okay, Winchester making one now. It's called number 41 too.
Yep. Yeah.
You see that? NATO primer.
And there's a reason for that. Military primers are all okay. Let me make sure I get this right, because Dead Horse will beat me in the head. Okay, military primers are all made by Winchester, is what I understand. And basically, it's part of their contract. They make the primers for the Lake City. Mm-hmm. That Federal apparently doesn't do it. Or no, I may be wrong. Hold on. Is it Winchester something? Okay, there's something funky with Winchester and CCI 41s.
Yeah.
CCI 41s are a copy of the military primer used in the NATO cartridge made in America. And I believe Winchester is the actual manufacturer. And if you look at the powder, the actual primer compound is red. Mm-hmm. And So is CCI 41s usually.
Right.
I've seen them, multiple colors, but usually it's red. But and Winchesters are red. So that's just something I happened to notice just looking at them. And then I read something about it. And Winchester in the 80s had the military contract, and then Lake City Federal won it from them. So they were actually the original manufacturer. Before the 80s. I can't remember who it was because I was, that was the 70s. Everybody was dancing.
Yeah, I put a notification in on these Winchester 41s because I got a notification everywhere.
Yeah. If you get a hit back on those, just call me day or night. I would like to get a batch of those and just to give them a whirl and see what they're about. Because I haven't seen them before, but I'm probably they probably were around. You know what I'm saying? But I've never used them, so I'm kind of curious on what they're about. And I know Curtis was talking about he got himself that Richard Simmons Deal-A-Meal program.
I probably should.
Dude, yeah, but Curtis, you'd be like, I would just cheat and buy 2 sets of cards.
There you go.
What that's what
I was thinking.
Failed.
I heard you talking about that the other day. I was thinking maybe you ought to start your reloading to the oldies or something, right?
Dude, that'd be hilarious. Could you imagine if I talked like that crazy son of a gun on here? Oh my God, people would be like, people would be like, oh my God, go away.
Let me say, if you get on this camera with your shorts and your tennis shoes, and start talking like Richard Simmons, we're not going to watch you anymore.
I was just going to say he has to get the shorts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. Even as a little boy, I was like, there's something not right with that guy. When I would see him on TV and my mom would be like, oh, there's a lot of not right with that guy. And I would just laugh because I didn't even get the joke because I was, young and it was just funny. He could crack you up though. He would definitely, old Richard Simmons, would make your ass laugh your butt off at his craziness.
Yeah, he was a flamboyant one.
Yeah, he was. But the thing was, he was smart. He made a lot of money off of those damn diet things. If you remember, everybody had their idea of their diet. There was all these diets, and there still are today. There's the keto diet and all these other freaking diets. And he back when he was doing it, there was a few other ones like the James Fonda diet. And my mom was like every other housewife back in the 70s before she went back to work.
She had the Fire Master and all that.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, that was a little bit before or after that. But, yeah, it was always some kind of – and I'm like, Mom, let's just join a gym. And finally she's like, okay, let's join a gym. And we worked out, and she was like, this works. And I'm like, yeah, it's been telling you for years. All you have to do is just go and work out and get your metabolic rate elevated.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if you guys aren't even watching me. Well, basically what I'm doing here is I'm changing turrets like Jim, what he was talking about, ease of caliber conversion. Am I lined up on that turret press, gentlemen? Hey, young lady, what's...
I can't see anything. I see something, bottom of the press or something. Yeah, the linkage.
There we go.
Go up higher and a little bit to the right.
Yeah, if you're going to show us the turret change, yeah, I need to go up a little bit.
Now go up. Whoa, back out a little bit. Go up. Yeah. Got to back out some. You're going to do the turret change, right? We can't. How high will your tripod go? Or have you got it on tripod? Yeah, we can see you taking it out for sure. What's a bright little light on that press? There you go.
Is that the inline fab light too?
He got that from another company, Curtis. He'll have to tell you. I think he's muted. Probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was muted. Basically what you do to turn these, you just turn them a little bit to where they'll drop in, and of course I'm on camera, it doesn't want to do it, and then turn it till it locks. And it's got an actuator bar that you can actually, when you're going forward, it will advance the turret head like a progressive press will advance its shell plate. And then you just turn it and pull it, and the whole aluminum die turret comes out. And then you take whatever caliber, this right here, this is 300 AAC blackout. And this has got the full length sizing die on it, a Redding competition shell bullet seating die with a micrometer, and it's got a Lee factory crimp die. Bam.
Great press for pistol, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. These presses are just good presses. I mean, if you're a new guy and you're wanting to get into reloading, or you're an old guy and you want to do load development on handguns or 223 Remington, 5.56, everything up to like 308 Winchester, 30-30, 10 millimeter, all your cartridges, you can just buy these turrets. For these I paid like $12 a piece for, but I think they're maybe closer to 20 now. And they're just a aluminum block that they CNC machine, and then they thread it, and basically the turret heads are inexpensive. They're not like your Reddings that are $60, $70 a piece for them. They're it's just an overall just fair price press, to get started.
I can't afford Redding turrets. Just too much money.
Yeah. The whole thing is, if you're looking to get into reloading, this is the way. This is a inexpensive option for you to get into it, and it does have its benefits. It also has its drawbacks. The press, if you want to do 338 Lapua, you can't do it in this press. Absolutely can't do it, because the cartridge is too long, the cartridge case, and you can't turn the turret. And you can't, you could get it in there, but you have to go up inside the die and then slide the tail end of it into the shell holder. It's a whole drama ordeal. It's not worth even doing it. But,
so in the climate right now, how much does that press go for? What can you get that press right now for?
I have seen these presses go for as high as $189, and I've seen them normally right now for about $169.
I found them for $130 lately.
Okay, so they've come down another $30, because when I was doing this original thing, when me and Curtis was talking about this about a month ago, Curtis doing this.
Yeah.
So I priced them then, and these were at that time were 100 and I think 59 or 69 for the Lee custom, the cast press for the classic cast. That press right there.
Okay.
If you can even
right now on Titan Reloading, they're $134 and
for which press?
Classic turrets, $134.99 in stock.
Oh,
yeah, that's a fair price too, because you can just get that. And then you've got your MEC Marksman down here, and it basically.
I'm tempted to hit the add cart. Excuse me.
This press right here goes for around $200 to $224 wherever, depending on where you buy it. And this company actually does sell from the factory. So does Lee, but you're going to pay more money. The distributors give you a little bit better deal. But the reason why I bought this press from Brownells is if it ever tears up, because I have never owned a MEC before. And I know they've made shotgun reloading presses for decades, but this is their first metallic cartridge reloading press. So I just wanted to make sure I had everything covered. So with Brownells, you get it for life, warranty thing. And they actually stand behind it, because I have had to return something before and they took it back. No questions asked.
On Midway, they're $149.99 right now in stock.
Good. It means that Lee's starting to get caught up on their production. That means that probably all press and die manufacturers are starting to get caught up. So that means that you should start seeing more and more available reloading stuff. I've been noticing dies come back into stock on a regular basis.
Classic cast in stock too.
What's its price?
Because when you and I were talking about that press,
$129.
I don't think you could find it anywhere anyway.
Yeah. Because you asked me, he's like, "Hey, can I get that anywhere?" And I was like, "No, I wish."
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't remember seeing it anywhere in stock.
Yeah, I definitely want that Lee turret. I do.
Yeah, because you can buy for the cost of that Lee, 2 of these Reading turrets. Just the extra turrets heads would be more than that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because don't get me wrong, you guys both have a Reading T7, and that is a fabulous press. There's not a damn thing wrong with that press. There's not. But what I'm trying to get across is just the fact that if you're not wanting to throw that much money at reloading just to see if you like it or not, I sometimes try to invest the least amount of money just to kind of get me by to see if I'm going to like something. Then if I like it, then I'll jump in with both feet.
Let's see if the T7's in stock. Yeah, it's in stock. $369.99.
Ouch.
Ooh. Yeah, I only gave $289 for mine years back.
I think I gave $269 for mine. I think 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
That's a good price.
I think it was $269. I think.
What I want to do is when I start doing more pistol, I'm gonna get a few different more. Like I want a 44 Magnum Blackhawk, Ruger Blackhawk stainless steel, single action, and then I'll get different turrets for that Lee, and I'll just have it set up, and I just pop them in, and do them. And, so that's what I want it for. But now the T7, you can put 2 or 3 calibers on. I've got 2 calibers on now, 9.223 plus expander plus a crimper plus an instant indicator. So it holds a lot, but you just can't afford the turrets. They're what, $77? Yeah.
Yeah, and then you buy the stackers to put them on, and yeah, it's a rabbit hole again.
Yep.
What I do sometimes is I run I'll set up my T7 and then I run my instant indicator through next to it in the RCBS, the single stage.
What instant indicator caliber do you have, Curtis?
I only have 2 right now, one for 308 and one for 223.
Oh, you got the same as me.
Yeah, I've got, and then I bought the complete kit, and then I bought one without the dial indicator, and I went to Harbor Freight and bought a second dial indicator just as a backup because it was cheap. Seems to work. I've they seems to measure fine.
Yeah, they're all, even Reading, they buy those by the hundreds, thousands.
Yeah. I think probably the only one difference is one doesn't say China on it. Doesn't mean that, doesn't mean it's not made there.
That's true. Yeah, T7's a fine press.
Yeah, I like it. You just, again, when you're setting it up, you just got to take that, that head tips back onto that rest on the back. So you got to take that play out of it and level it up. Make sure you get all that.
Yeah.
Get all that play out of it.
It actually, to me, teaches you how to get a feel for how much cam over better than a lot of presses, because you do got that flex. You have to account for that flex.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get pretty good at it after a while.
That's funny, Eagle. He says the MEC is a tank. Pat can't even break it. Pat, he's talking about West Covina Dodge. He has one. Uncle John, you guys are trying to confuse me with the calibers.
Somebody's confused about something you said?
Oh, I think Uncle John is just joking around with us. He's trying to say he's getting confused because we're talking about all these different calibers. And he goes, Pat proof. James Pollard, Pat proof.
Echo, do you get good concentricity with that lead die on your Forester?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
My Forester coax does a pretty good job. The only thing that I don't like about my coax is the shell holder. I would much rather use I know it's got left and right movement. The reason why, it moves left and right, and then the die will move in and out. So together they both coax. So it's twin, meaning the die moves in and out and the shell plate moves left and right. But they do make a shell plate adapter that changes it over to hold shell holders. So you can use Reading competition shell holders.
Yep. I deprime on it quite a bit. I like it for that. I do 308.
Once I got my some of my other press, because I started off with these rock chuckers, and I primarily use that rock chucker now. I just use a universal decapper on it a lot, and then that way I don't have the gunk and crap all over my Dillons or my Reading. I just gunk up the old rock chucker and then clean it up after I'm done, because that grit and stuff is just terrible.
Yeah, I won't deprime at all on my T7 or Big Boss.
Yeah, I go to that old rock chucker I've got. That one that we did the test on, that I ran for that test tonight, the one is, I popped that nut off there. I think it's 1974 was when that was made, that press.
When RCBS was truly still RCBS.
Yeah, I found it at a yard sale. Guy was getting rid of it, and I was just gonna get into the game, so I started there. I grabbed it, and I was kind of surprised that the run out wasn't worse on that, because if you run the ram up on that, I think I already told you, that you can actually, you run that ram up, you can actually jiggle that ram. You can actually get some significant, feels like to me, some pretty significant play in it.
You know what helped get rid of most of that play?
Vaseline.
Yeah, Vaseline or red tacky, anything really.
Yeah, that's what Echo was telling me earlier.
Yeah, my T7 has just a little bit, and I put Vaseline on it, and it went away.
Yeah, my T7 is really good.
I used to do oil, and oil does away with it almost, but just maybe for a week or so.
Yeah, I'm going to have to put that on there.
But now, Vaseline holds that ram in there.
Yeah, I got to tell you, this MEC, for what little bit I've just feel of it and everything, it's like super smooth, really tight.
Yeah, I've heard they're good. When it comes to high dollar presses, I'm pretty much done. The only thing I think I would like to have outside the turret would be a RL 1100.
Oh yeah, so you can just really crank some out.
Yeah, but outside of that, I'm kind of done.
Yeah, that's me too. I'm still looking at that little Lee turret myself, and I don't know. I don't really know why. Not that it's an awesome press. It's just I don't really need anymore.
The good thing, if you got like 2 or 3 caliber pistols or whatever, boy, you can just put your dials on there and leave them for $12 a turret, and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
So
the reason is you're a dude, and guys like tools, and they like their hobby things and accessories. And believe it or not, the marketing experts know this better than anybody for these reloading companies. And that's why they always have some new thing that they'll push. And it'll be like, sometimes it'll be a gimmick. Sometimes it'll actually be something revolutionary. And, when it is, you'll pay for it, like you always do. But the bottom line I'm getting at is in America, that's what's cool about it, because our the people in our country isn't a third world country, so they have fundage. So, and that's what makes inventions. You don't see a bunch of poor people inventing anything unless it's a new way to build a grass walkway to get over the river. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're inventing on a computer or anything like that. So they're limited by their environment of upbringing. But like Americans, they have really an ingenious way of thinking about things and thinking their way out of things.
Yeah, the only thing we have to worry about in my neighborhood with the poor people is they're figuring out a way to break into your house or your garage to steal your shit.
So what are you guys going to do this week, Curtis? Are you going to do any reloading or shooting or anything?
I'm going to try. Well, we're taking off in a couple weeks to fly back to New Jersey for a wedding with my wife and I. But maybe next week I might get out and actually do some shooting. I'm going to try.
Put us back on the screen, Echo.
Before I get on vacation.
Put us back on the screen if you want to.
Okay, yes, sir.
But tonight it's just jump in the shower here in a little bit, get ready to start a new work week. And
yeah, it's getting close to shutting off time. I got 11 o'clock coming up, so we're going to go ahead and if there's any questions in the side chat, go ahead and post them. Curtis, I want to thank you and AR for coming on and participating in this and helping. Would either of you fellas like to give a shout out for anything?
Just thank to you for having me on and doing this. It was very interesting. So I was really curious I was surprised at the results, but I was very curious to.
You enjoyed it. Michael
how-
Hurtnick has a question. Says, Echo, do you still have the RCBS Summit?
Yes, I do, Michael. I do, and I'm not doing anything with that damn thing. Michael, you want to pay shipping on it? I'll send it to you if you want it. If anybody wants it, all they got to do is send me the money to ship it. It's $50, and I'll send it to you.
It'll drive you mad.
It will drive you nuts. It'll make your wife beat you with a hammer because it's so loud when you have to do a turn and a quarter past dead stop on a shell holder with a die, and you got to turn it 360 degrees plus another quarter turn just to get the shoulder to bump 4 thousandths back. And when you go to lift it up, it stuck the case in there so hard from so much cam over that it bends the head of the case when you're pulling it out of the die. So yeah, if anybody wants it, I'll be glad to donate it to you. You guys can do whatever you need to with it. But I just want to give another shout out to K24's channel. If you guys get a chance, go by there and check his channel out. If you don't have a link and can't find his channel, there'll be one in the comments pinned in the top. And another shout out to Ted's Firearms here in St. Petersburg, Florida. Ted Firearms and Range, and St. Pete Police Supply. It's
And
basically what. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, I was just going to thanks to AR there for hanging out and moderating for you there and helping us. Yeah, had an extra set of eyes on that dial.
Yes, sir. All right. If there's anything else, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for participating in the side chat and being a part of our family here. Let your friends know, give us a thumbs up, and let me know if you know of any gun shops that are small in your area where you live that would like a phone call and to ask to see if they would like to give any free advertising. Basically, I'm not a big channel. I'm only got 300 people, but it does get out there, and any little bit helps. So I try to help the mom and pop shops and small owned gun shops. So yeah, K24, and thank you for once again coming out tonight, and thank you very much, Curtis and AR, for coming out. And everyone have a good night, and we're going to be out of here in 5, 4, 3.